DriveThruRPG. My name is Hikaru, and we're here today with Harper's Tale, our Extra Life special campaign that we're going to try and run, ideally just during August, but we'll see how long it takes us to get through the whole module. The module goes from level 1 to 10 and has a pretty quick rate of leveling. And also, it turns out when you're playing with just one player, things go a lot faster.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like the rest of the players distract each other.
Yeah, yeah. You end up going on like tangents and stuff, like we're doing
I
now.
mean,
Uh,
we don't need no other players.
well, yes, this is our Extra Life special game this year. We are raising money for the Stollery Children's Hospital, which is our local hospital for kids. It is a great campaign, our third charity this year. Holy crap! And
Yep.
we've so far raised $160. We're trying to get to 1,000. Let's see if we can do it. You can buy a reroll for show by donating $5, or you can donate $5 and give me a reroll, and I'll
Don't
use
do
it
it.
against him.
Don't do it.
Um, I mean, to be fair, I'm also playing the NPCs, so I could use it for the NPCs.
Probably
Um,
won't. Unless my rolls continue to stink tonight.
oh God, I hope not.
I hope
Um,
not too. That was terrible.
You can also donate $10 to give Earl a treat. And if he gets 5 treats before I actually hand them out, because I only do that on the break or at the end of the session, we will upgrade it to a tube of yummy, yummy, pasty salmon treat, which he likes licking from the tube. Then you get to see him go nom 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 for like 5 minutes straight. Um, so yeah, that's for Extra Life, and we are also shout out to our sponsor, Roll20. Roll20.net is a virtual tabletop solution for any kind of game you want to play online. It's got stream rolled character creation tools for quite a lot of systems now, including 5th edition, Pathfinder, and gosh, a lot more, including their new game, Burn Bright, which is a game that they developed exclusively for Roll20. It is a sci-fi adventure in the stars, and you get to be things like a sentient group of bees. Um,
That's weird.
yes, it is very weird. And you get to build your own ship, and they've got like modules to like on the virtual tabletop. You can put all the like pieces of your ship together, and it's pretty cool. Someday we'll play it on Midgardia. Someday. So
Make
yeah,
sure to give it to Garm.
thank you to Roll20 for the help. And why don't you introduce who you're playing, Show?
Sure. I'm playing Aodhan O'Connor, a Lotusden halfling monk, who is a very, very, very unusual obsession with daggers.
Yeah. Um. So what do you remember? What do you recap from last session?
Well, I was coming home and no one was around. I looked all over the place, couldn't find anybody except a wild boar who adopted a group of pigs. And then I went to my old childhood friend Rose and Grace's house area and discovered that discovered between that and looking up in the various books that I nosed through, that there had been a sickness called the sleeping sickness. Went over with Rose and Grace, discovered that it was actually somebody who had poisoned the well, and everybody had fallen ill due to that. Started heading towards the well with Rose, ran into a group of bandits, beat the snot out of them, and then told
As
Rose,
you do.
hey, we should probably get somebody from the nearest city and let them know what's going on at the moment and see if they could send anybody to help while I go down the well and investigate. And that's where we left off, I think.
It is indeed. We left off with you going down after replacing the slightly frayed rope.
Hmm.
Um,
Well, and making sure to put on my freaking leather shoes. Don't normally wear them, but you don't know where well water has been, especially since it was poisoned.
It's true. Just don't drink the water.
Yeah, I
Uh,
don't intend to. That's why I have my own water skin with me.
all right, so you start descending with Rose helping with the winch up top. You descend 30 feet, 60 feet. After 60 feet, the well opens up, and you see that there's like a cathedral like domed cavern with a large pond below you.
Huh. Is
You can see rocky banks of the pond at the edge of it.
mm-hmm.
But you are heading for the center of the water of this pond.
Okay. Uh, I'd rather not. Can I like how how far wide across is the pond? Did you say?
Um, it's actually pretty small. But that's
Yes,
relative.
but so
It's
am I.
20 feet across on the shorter side, and about 30 feet wide.
Okay, as I get a little closer, can I start to swing a little bit to try and get myself onto the shore instead of into the water, just in case the water itself is poisoned?
Okay. So as you continue to descend, you still have 30 feet to go before you hit the water. You start swinging. Give me an athletics check.
Okay. Let me open up this, get that, and pray. What did you? Oh, you're trying to clear the history.
Try to make sure your roll actually shows up.
It's a 10.
Oh
I
boy.
mean, I'm level 2, so that might help.
You know what? 10 is what you needed.
Oh, thank God. Because I'm like, shit. That I rolled a 6. Thank God I'm trained in athletics.
So you swing yourself, you swing, and you finally let go as you get closer to the bottom and drop to the edge of the pool. I don't know what way you wanted to drop, but you can
I'd
choose.
I'd like to kind of do it in such a way that I don't take damage. So if I have to roll, that's fine.
Okay, you probably have more space to roll towards the north.
Then that's fine.
Can you see?
Um, I was just updating my notes. Oh, but yes, I'm not supposed to be in the lake. Yeah, so about here. That's fine. Huh. Cool. So there's nothing there. Oh, and there's a pathway further up. Mm-hmm. I'd like to light a torch because I can't see otherwise. And I'd also like to see how clear is the water at the moment. The question is, could I see the bottom of the pond? Or is because you said it was clear water. Mm-hmm. Because part of me almost wants to dive in and see, but no. I'll look. Okay. Reflecting off of. Okay, I'd like to see that. Look at that. See what it is. Because to be honest, I'm looking for something that is unusual, maybe? I mean, okay. That, uh, perception 10. That's fine. A silver coin? Like, is it an actual normal silver coin? Huh. People dropped them in. But why would they why would they drop a silver in here? Why not a copper? That's super you could buy okay. So there's nothing else that's unusual in here are just silver coins. Okay. All right. Okay. I'd like to slowly start making my way away from the pond itself towards where the water's coming from because I don't know if it's in the actual reservoir that something might be different or if it's coming from the source. What did I do with the coin? Hmm. You know what? I'm not that greedy. I'm just going to set it back down. Uh, I suddenly don't have... Okay. Because I apparently went into the wall. And a false wall. So I... Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. Okay.
All right.
Anyway.
So where was I? A damp, rocky, and plant-covered island rises from the middle of a small pool. A thin layer of peat moss, algae, algae,
Ouchie.
algae and lichen provide a fur-like coating to the jagged ground. From the center of the island, there is a glint of something shiny and sparkling that pierces the damp moss, partially obscuring it.
Well, as I come closer, do I recognize any of these plants?
I mean, they're your regular, moss, algae,
Okay.
lichen.
How deep is the water from around here? Can I step across it? Or would I have to jump?
It looks at least 5-6 feet deep.
Okay, I'll jump.
It's 10 feet wide.
Yep, that's fine. My strength is a 15.
Okay.
So I can just hop it.
What's your passive perception?
13.
Okay. Alright, so you hop onto the island. Are you going for the, like, shiny thing?
I'm going to look at it. I'm not going to touch it. As much of a troublemaker as I am, I know better than to touch something that's obviously right there.
Okay. So you jump on, and you feel like it almost feels like when you jump on the island that it kind of moves slightly, and you think maybe like the rocks that make up this island are kind of a bit loose. So like when you put your weight on it, it kind of shifted a bit.
I don't know about that.
Why?
I'm already suspicious of that. I don't like it. Well, you already likened the moss and stuff to fur, so I'm like, am I stepping on something?
Shit. No. All right. Okay, so you go up to the glint and find that there is a scimitar with a blue topaz encrusted hilt resting in the moss.
Why? I'm gonna come a little closer. Does it look like it's been there a while?
Yeah, it's got a bit of moss on it, but like it looks like even though it's been like, it's kind of humid in here and it's been here for a while, there doesn't seem to be any rust anywhere on the blade.
Huh. Has anybody told me anything about magical weapons? Like, just that they don't rust, or that they can be ridiculously ornate?
Yeah, probably. You would probably think this is a, like, magical sword of some kind.
Shit. Do I think it would be a bad idea to take this thing? You know what?
Mm,
Maybe.
I mean, no one knows it's here.
Karu.
Yeah.
That's.
You've never heard
Well,
any tales of a great lost sword.
I'll put it back later if it turns out that it's not something I should be taking.
So you're grabbing it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You're grabbing it, looking at it, and kind of trying to see, attaching it to your belt and something when the island moves again.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And then you feel something looming from the darkness, and you turn and see a large head of a snapping turtle.
That's what I thought. As soon as you said an island in the middle of this with moss growing over it, the first thing I thought was an island turtle.
And
But
yet you still jumped up on top of it.
Aiden didn't think about it. He'd never heard of those things before. I'm gonna look at it, blink, and then try just saying hello. See if it actually responds or if it looks like it's about to bite me.
Let me double check something.
And if it doesn't look like it understands common, I'll say it also in Sylvan.
Okay, so it does not really have any information there. It doesn't quite seem to understand you. But the turtle seems annoyed that you're on its back.
I'll make a gesture like, I'll get off now. and, and then I'll hop.
The turtle kind of turns towards you and starts sniffing as if like, she looks hungry.
Do I know what turtles eat?
I mean, depends on the turtle. Anything from plants to meat. Considering this is a snapping turtle and this big,
Probably
she
meat.
probably eats, like, yeah, meat.
And how big is her head? I'm guessing almost as big as me.
Yeah, probably.
Shoot. I'm going to pull out as many of my dried meats as I can get my hands on and kind of just like set them down in front of her. I'm not going to offer them to her like
It's
by
just,
hand because I
yeah.
don't want to miss some fingers, and then I'll just
Uh-huh.
take a step back
Okay. Give
and
me,
kind of dip my head in a bow.
give me an animal handling.
Oh my god. Okay. Could I buy myself a reroll if this doesn't work? Can I buy myself a reroll if this doesn't work?
You haven't even rolled yet.
I guess I have.
Have you?
I
Oh,
rolled
a
a
12.
12.
Well, you have to decide ahead of time if you want to re-roll or not.
No, that's okay. I'm not yet. I'm just going to kind of stand back and see if she's more interested in the meat that I just dropped or in me.
She looks interested in the meat and goes and starts chomping down.
I'm just going to kind of go over to the wall and sit while she eats. Because I don't want to make this thing aggressive. I'm the one who's intruding in her home.
She eats all the meat, kind of looks at you, gives like a small nod, and you see the head retract back into the
Aww.
shell.
Oh, I really should have trained animal handling.
You see
Because this
some
is totally
bubbles now coming up from the water where her
so
head
cute.
disappears.
I'm just like, I am totally telling Rose this, and she definitely is gonna have to say that I wound up managing that dare. Might have been years later, but who cares? At this point, I don't care if she gives me what we promised or not, just so she knows that I did it, so she's not as mad at me for making them go to that other lake and get so freaked out by it. I'm going to avoid the snapping turtle's little bedroom
Mm-hmm.
and just kind of scoot around and keep my eyes peeled for anything. Like I see a little alcove over here.
Mm-hmm. You don't
I
hear
just
anything besides the sound of water. What you think
oh, it's
might
not an
be a
alcove.
waterfall up ahead.
That's not an alcove. That goes further.
Yeah, it looks like that goes further and away from the water.
I'm not going that way. At this point, what I'm investigating is the water, and that's it. I really wish that I spoke something like primordial, but I don't, because I might have actually been able to speak with her if I did.
You would have needed to have like the ability to speak with animals. He's just a
Oh,
beast.
what is that? I know that's a waterfall, but it looks like it has a freaking face.
You can blame Zio for that one.
Because she did it on purpose, I bet. And as I go by any opening I see, I just kind of stick my head down to see if there's anything down there.
Yeah,
Just
you
so
see
I'm not.
like openings to the sides both ways.
Yep. Oh,
Um
okay.
as you're going north, you do hear some noise coming from your right, so the eastern branch.
Okay. I'd like to actually keep quiet so not to disturb things yet.
Okay.
Do you want me to roll stealth?
Sure. In the meantime, you you become completely invisible. A rumbling crash, faint mist, and soft, cool breeze fill the tunnel as the creek is followed upstream to a rushing waterfall, 30
Oh,
feet high into the reservoir at its base. Light flickers from the ledge above, throwing shadows over the craggy walls and floor. Flanking the cascade are a pair of small cave entrances.
so cave this way and cave this way.
Yeah,
Okay. Is there anything else unusual about the waterfall? Because I see something. I guess that's just a rock.
it's just a rock. It's just,
Okay. 'Cause
yeah.
it looks very, very prominent, and I was almost like, could be
No,
a
it's just,
purification thing.
yeah, it's just, this is a 30-foot high waterfall, so it's got
Okay.
like levels and different like rocks going down it.
And I doubt I can see anything below because of the waterfall disturbing the water.
If there's anything underneath, you'd have to go into the
Yeah, I'll
water.
I'll deal with that later. I'd like to peek into the cave to the left.
Okay. Um, okay. Um, what was your best perception?
13.
Okay. You glance around, carefully looking. Um, this tunnel seems to go upwards. And as you look up, you notice against the ceiling of this cave, in the light of your torch, you see three creatures nestled into the ceiling that are sleeping.
Do they look like bats or something else?
They look like something else.
Do I recognize what they are?
Give me a history check.
20.
These
Apparently I like
things
animals.
have these things are not really
Animals.
nice animals. They
Okay.
look like a cross between a large bat and an oversized mosquito.
Oh, I know those. Nope. And with that high of a roll, I'm guessing that Aiden knows those too.
Uh-huh.
So I'm gonna back away for now. I'll probably have to deal with that later. Ugh, I'd rather not. And then I'd like to hop over to the other side and see if it's likewise over there. Primarily, I'd like to look for those sleeping things on the ceiling, or just things on the ceiling. Okay. Uh huh. Ah, I, Great. Does it, if I angle my torch, does it look like it also goes up? Actually, if it's not coming from the same, if it's not coming from the same thing though, it might be going away from that light. Hmm. Well, you said there were 3 of those things, right? I really don't want to try and take them on by myself. Does it sound like it's in distress or like enraged, aggressive, territorial kind of thing? Oh, okay. Yep. That- Oh, well, then I'm going. Come on. Get away so I can move my map. Sorry, my map keeps on. It was probably not a good idea to have roll 20 on the left hand side tonight because all of my hotkeys are on the left side. Like all of my other tabs for other things. So I keep on getting little pop ups from like Discord and stuff. All right, I'd like to go towards it. Oh, I also see a thing. Okay. Well, I'd like to scoot down this way first. Oh no. Yeah, I'm stopping here. Well, no. I am looking before I go in though, because there's bones. Oh. Is that a puppy? Yeah, that is weird. That's not just writhing furs. That's rats. Weasels. Weasels. Polecats. Polecats would, well, polecats are the European version. What? What? What was that? Like I'm literally just saying that out loud, gaping, because I haven't seen much magic. Like I said it out loud, and I'm coming closer. Hi, I'm Aiden. Who are you? What was that? Hi. Oh wow, you talk. Here, want some meat? I thought so. Trust me, no matter how smart the dog, you're always gonna be happy to have a little meat. Oh my god, cutest pupper wizard ever. That's adorable. Hold on, I have to actually take notes on this. Yeah, I know. I have to actually go back over to the handouts because I closed them out. Did I? My name was Aiden. I mean, well, I mean, you did kind of learn what it does anyway, though, just more uncomfortably. So, why are you down here? Oh, awesome. I'm I'm glad that you are because I am too. Yeah, surprised to find an adventure here though. Unsettling. Mhm. How did you get down here though? Did you actually come down from the well? I don't know. That's why I'm asking. Yes, can I help you? Because I wouldn't be surprised if it's this big down here that there was another entrance. But the fact that they found it, yeah, I wasn't expecting this either. I also wasn't expecting there to be a giant snapping turtle down here. She's pretty friendly though. She's pretty friendly though. All you have to do is give her a little bit of meat and she's fine. Hmm. What? I'm gonna. Add a character I'm gonna stare because that means that Sir Cheddar is a fucking high level wizard. But that's even cooler. So I just got here. I mean, I found. I doubt that this was the problem with it, and I'm gonna pull out the sword. Yeah, please, because I don't want to actually do anything with this without knowing what it does. And I'm looking at Cal as I say this. What you? You're a magic user. I mean, unless the pointy hat is just for show. And then I'm gonna approach and just kind of offer the scimitar. Mm-hmm. Okay. Cold damage. Oh, Hoarfrost. Oh, that is so cool. Okay. I'm gonna take out another strip of cloth and wrap the sword in it, and then I'm just gonna kind of tuck it. Yeah. I'm a little concerned though because it was in the back of that turtle. Wonder if that was what was keeping her hibernating. Uh, okay, you didn't actually give me the thing. I don't see anything. Don't see anything. I don't know. Did you make sure I could actually? Oh, there it is. Cloak of. Why did you do that? Also, it's. I'm so glad that I already have a tartan cloak on, so that I'm not tempted to put that on. Also, it doesn't actually have what it does. I'm presuming that was on purpose because it wasn't ident. Ah, well, and also, mm-hmm. That's beautiful. Oh, that's hilarious. All right. Okay. How dare? Gosh darn it. That's cute. Well, are you going to take it? And I'm just kind of gesturing to Cal. You did find it. I mean, it's possible a druid made it. That actually. Focus. We're here to find out what poisoned the well. And I'm just going to roll the cloak up, just gently petting each of the little heads that I see as I put it away in my satchel for now. Because apparently he's not taking it. Okay, you got it. Now, I saw up ahead there was a bit of a glow, so I don't know what's up with that. And then to the left, back around, there was a waterfall. There were some creepy mosquito looking things on the one corner, and the other corner went away. Or one cave and the other cave went away. So I figure we'll look at things and then go from there. So what's the cause of this glow? Is it just the water, or is it the thing all the way up there? I'm going back up to the previous room. Ah, God. Roll 20 keeps on disconnecting on me, by the way. Just a warning. Probably here. Oh, great. All right. Well, could I hop up the staircase if I take my time? Okay. I'd like to look before I leap, so to speak, to make sure that there's nothing that could knock me in. Okay. If I took, I don't have a climb speed, but I am a monk, and I do have a bunch of daggers and stuff. Could I use those to kind of scale? I know I'd have to take some time. 15. Hmm. Now, I will point out that I do also have Step of the Wind. Hmm. Okay. 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 I could still get it though, right? Because I have my strength score is 15. Just my strength score. Yep. So which one is the 25 feet? I'm guessing it's the one right directly above. Oh, that one. And you said this one was 15 feet. So I could. So could I get to that without actually rolling anything? Okay. And the next one, how much higher from that? You said it was another 10 feet up. What about the last one, right before the ledge? I have to plan this because I'm not going. Uh huh. So it'd be fine if I just jumped it from the one before. Okay, I'm just gonna take a kind of a calming breath, center myself, and then use Step of the Wind. Oh wait, how far is the thing over here from that? Hmm. Yep. Okay, so I'll just use Step of the Wind to get to this one then, because I'm not gonna try and overkill it. It triples my jump speed, and it also allows me to take the dash action as a bonus action for a keep. My jump. Hold on. Do do do. Hey, Step of the Wind, come here, please. Doubled, not tripled, but yeah. Oh, for the turn. So for 6 seconds. Uh huh. So scoot, scoot. Okay. So firstly, is this person completely buried? Like, are they dead? Uh huh. Hmm. Okay. I'm gonna. How buried are they under here? Firstly. Yeah, I'd like to. Well, and it doesn't look like this up here is Not that precarious? Like, could I do it without risking falling? Okay. I'm gonna start clearing away, and I'll call back to the others. Hey, I found someone, and they're not dead. No, I'm good. Just if you have a way to soften a fall, just in case, because I might have to jump straight out with them. That's fine. I'll deal with it when it comes. I do have more rope, so I'd like to clear it away, and then once it's cleared away, could I just kind of very gently start smacking their cheek? Come on, wake up. I mean, that would work because I have a rope, but that's yeah. So I don't. Well, so I don't have to actually try and find a place to tie it and worried that it's not going to actually hold. Yeah, easy there. Yep, yep, easy. Hi, I'm Aiden. Do I recognize him as a villager or no? Man, lots of outsiders. Who are you? And I'm just going to kind of help him sit up. McLeod? Huh. Ah, I'm Aiden O'Connor. I don't know. I found you half buried under a bunch of rubble with only your hand sticking out. Ideal. Nope. Who? Karu, do I recognize that name? I'm pretty sure I recognize that name. I know. I'm gonna squint. Are you talking about Chaz Grinsby? I part of the group. I'm I'm gonna narrow my eyes and then just kind of pin him down. Okay. And I'm gonna make sure to like kind of reach over and yank off the ring. All right. Explain. Oh, what was it? Well, then I'll yank off the headband. So, why are you here watching the village? What's going on? What happened? Why was to whom? Yeah, you didn't think of the fact that he might be doing something nefarious? You know, I mean, if everybody in the village had been drinking from that well, they would have wasted away because they're all unconscious at the moment. Well, well, oh no, you're not. Oh no, you're not. You're coming and you're helping us to find out what poisoned this well. You were a part of the reason for this, and just be thankful that I'm not one of the more hot-headed members, because I could have absolutely knocked you out and dropped you down there. And I'm just gonna. You should have known better, Karu, especially when you. Oh no, you're coming. If you help us, I might even consider not turning you in for this. Right now, If I was a mean one, I'd knock you out and loot you. At least this way, I'm giving you the opportunity to do something a little bit more responsible. So, what does it even do? Just glow? I'm gonna just, yeah, please. Cool. Uh, well, it's still glowing, right? Okay, I'm gonna put it on eyes. Nope. Mm-hmm. You're still coming. You. First of all, what's your name? And if you lie to me, I'll drop you. Mm-hmm. Okay. McLeod. You can tell right now Aiden is really annoyed at this guy, and he kind of wants to tie him up and leave him. Yes. How many other people were with you? Are you including the ones that were up top? Did they look like they were bandits? Okay, a couple bandits and a couple people who are trying to be bandits. Yeah, yeah, you didn't think. Don't be blinded by gold. Where else have you gone in this cave? Because I'm gonna milk him for every bit of information about this cave he knows before I let him go. Doesn't matter. I'm still gonna do it. Still looking for it. Because great. Awesome. Carter, does it look like he could dig his way out of that entrance to the cave? Hmm. I'm actually surprised that they left him with the circlet of light. Unless they have their own. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Does it look like it could be magical? That's fine. I'm not taking it. I am not blinded by gold. I'm got other things that I'm worrying about right now. Help out and who knows? If this doesn't get worse, I could just say that you were a kind soul who decided they wanted to help out. But if if I'll take it suspiciously. Do I recognize what it is? I think out of character I do, but I'm not going to make assumptions. I'm gonna nod. And then I'm gonna kind of look back towards Chester. Well, this one, or Cheddar. Well, this one's a no-go. He's going back up. And then I'm going to, you said it was going to be difficult to scale down. Yep, okay. Nah, would it, well, I mean, actually, I could hop this way. Honestly, the whole thing with the rope was just in case I had to carry him down. I am not helping him down, though. Sure. But remember, if you get back into trouble, I'll come back and I'll beat you up. Should I try and make an intimidation check because I am a small? But I also did just jump. Wait, I thought Sir Cheddar was a source. Oh, might be a divine. Uh, Aiden's just gonna look at Sir Cheddar and be like, I didn't know sorcerers could do that. Excellent. And then I'm just gonna give him a little bit of a scritch under the chin, as long as he'll let me. Okay. All right. I promise once this is all done, I'll give you all the scritches you want. I like you too. You're almost as cool as Apollo. Apollo is my friend Rose's dog. No, you're not. But neither is Apollo. And then I'm just gonna kind of. Now there was a light at the top of the waterfall, and one of the paths, the cave to the left, led us toward that light. It looked like, but there also were creatures in there, little mosquito-like things. I'd rather not. Also, yep. We could try, but we'd also have to be ready to fight if we couldn't. Huh. Hey, Karu, the dynamic lighting's working weird. I can see a bit more than I should.
Where?
I see a lot of the top. It's just grayed.
Oh. That's probably because I was using your token to see if the dynamic lighting was good. Hold on.
Okay. It's fine. I don't know anything about the way the right cave went, so we're just going to go the left way anyway. Remember, we gotta try and be as quiet as we can.
Okay.
Hold on 1 second. Sorry about that. So, would you like some stealth checks?
Yes.
Huh, 24. There are my
Nice.
rolls. Oof.
He's not trained in stealth, and you can bet your ass Cal isn't either.
Mm-hmm.
And Cal rolled a 6.
I'm just gonna like look at the pair of them and be like, yeah, this is what I expected.
So you're going first, I presume.
Yep. And I'm watching the creatures as I go so I can be ready. I have probably hands on a couple darts.
Okay. So you start going through and you get past them. But these two bringing up the rear, especially Cal, is kind of clumsy with things, especially in the dark because he can't see
But
anything.
I have. Oh no, Karu would.
I'm
Because
assuming you
I
turned
have
off
the.
your light because
Yeah,
surges
I did.
react to light
I
immediately.
did. I did.
Okay. Yeah, I was presuming you turned it off for this part. Besides, you don't need the torch anymore. You have the headband.
Yep, that's correct.
Um, so you turn off the light. You get past them. So I'm gonna put you past them. Um,
I
let
did
me.
warn them. I hope that they're at least prepared to cast.
Well, they're concentrating on being quiet and not succeeding, obviously. And the surges flutter
Yep.
down onto Cal, actually, because, God, this place is so tiny. But one of them goes after Cal, and the others go after Sir Cheddar.
I had darts in hand ready. Do you want me to try and do anything, or do you want me to just roll initiative?
Just roll initiative.
Okay. But yeah, you can definitely hear me just sigh and be like, if Rose was here, this wouldn't be a problem. Wow. My rolls are way better tonight.
Yeah. Well, guess who goes first?
Yeah, okay. You said there were two that were on Cheddar, right?
Yeah, so Cheddar's like, and there's two surges on him.
Oh, and they're still technically in melee, so I don't even have to bother with darts. Good, because I'd rather not have to try and pick them up. All right, I'm gonna pop out my claws, take a punch at one of them,
Okay.
miss, and
Yep.
then turn around because I was worried about hitting Cheddar. Okay, and then I'll go and smack the other one with an elbow.
Okay.
I am not doing subdual damage, obviously,
Uh-huh.
for 5.
All right, so you take down that one.
I don't have any more key points, so that's it.
Okay. The Sturge was going after Cal. Mike. Cal, you probably had mage armor on.
Because it's something that lasts 8 hours.
So that does not hit.
Thank goodness.
And that one's dead. So Sir Cheddar gets to attack the one that's on him. God, it is. Oh, he doesn't have any cantrips.
He doesn't have cantrips?
He doesn't.
But he's a caster. How does he not
Yeah,
have cantrips?
he's an odd one.
I guess he's gonna bite then.
Yep, he's gonna bite it. And hit. Wow. Do
Except in
max
a life or
damage.
death situation. I guess that was a life and death situation.
I mean, these things do want to get the life out of him. And he takes down that one too.
Good.
He is going to move away to give you some space.
Excellent. Well, hopefully.
Though the Sturge
Cal.
does get an attack of opportunity as he does so and misses. The Cheddar also has mage armor on, so his AC should be higher. Alright, Cal is not having the best of days. He's going to Shocking Grasp for this thing. with a 20 to hit, and he kills it with a
Bug
zap.
zapper.
Yep. And then
Oh.
he just rushes up with you.
So that's why. There's a campfire up here, it looks like, right?
Yep.
And it looks like over here was another cave-in.
Yeah, there's a cave in there, which explains why you couldn't see any light. Along the far wall, a small smoldering fire flickers, throwing shadows of strange shapes on the wall and onto the small tent made from scraps of leather, burlap, and cloth set up nearby. Twigs, leaves, and dried cow patties are piled next to the fire, along with a petite, human-looking rag doll dyed an uneven green. I have a picture of that one.
Oh, that's cute, but also creepy.
Dolls are always creepy.
I'm going to kind of scoot a little bit closer. Is there anybody in the tent?
No, the tent is empty. Inside you see a straw bed, several small wooden bowls containing berries, some fresh, some dried, a broken wood fish trap, and a handful of shiny rocks.
This sounds almost like either a kobold or a goblin little nest.
What?
With all the stuff here. I'm gonna look at the others and be like, okay, that's weird. And then I'm gonna be like,
Then you hear some whistling.
oh. Coming from where?
From the north.
I'm gonna motion for the others to stay where they are and be quiet.
So you're not trying to hide or anything, you're just being...
Oh, it's coming towards us.
Yes.
Then I'm gonna motion for the others to scoot back down around the corner.
Okay.
Hide, and be quiet.
Alright, so they kind of like go behind you and wait. And you look around and you see a small goblin girl walking along, whistling to herself. She stops as she gets to the like little area, and you can hear her mumbling to herself.
What's she saying?
Do you know Goblin?
I do not.
Alright, so you hear her going, I got worse, restaurants do water change from the evil now.
What got worse?
She turns.
I'm just kind of standing there, arms crossed, kind of smiling.
What did you do with the doll?
I didn't touch the doll.
Okay.
The doll is still where I left it, or where it was left, because I'm not taking things that are not mine here. At least things that obviously have an owner.
Who are you? What are you doing in my house?
Aodhan O'Connor, and I'm here to see what's wrong with the water.
Oh.
Do you know anything about it?
No.
I'd like to insight her.
So you've come to visit?
Sure.
You're not gonna harm Gibber?
Nope.
Okay.
Don't have any interest.
Oh,
Like
that's great. I like visitors.
Cool.
And Cheddar's like, great! I'm a visitor too! My name's Sir Cheddar! And this is Cal DeVries, my best friend. And he's like, hello.
God, what a motley crew. I love it.
And she's like, great. Let me start preparing supper then. And she starts unloading like a large lizard. She's got a few yams and a small bird.
Aww.
Gets lonely sometimes in the cave. It's nice to have friends, especially since old Goot, you know, she's been a bad mood lately. Something with the water. It's the water.
Who's that?
Yeah, old Goot.
Who's that?
She lives to the north.
And you said something was wrong with the water?
Well, I think it's the water. It's because she lives in the bad water, and she's gotten meaner since like a couple weeks ago.
Did anything else weird happen a couple weeks ago? Anybody come down here and do something wonky to the water? Or just come down
Well,
here?
there was some noisy humans. They entered the caves. They go up the well. They use the rope. One got hurt in the caves, not moving. I watched. They not see me. They came from behind Old Goot's nest.
Oh, that was behind. Okay.
But the water's still bad. Wicked creature came down into the caves. He dropped a sack in the lake. It makes the water taste bad, so yuck. So
Wait,
I
sack in the
sneak and
lake.
get my
Are you
water.
talking about the lake? Are you talking about the lake that's right all the way by where the well is? Or are you talking about further north?
The lake to the north. In the
Okay.
cave.
Well,
I get my water from the cold well in the forest.
wait, Karu, that well was the
The
witch's
witch's
well, right?
world, yeah.
But that's cursed.
Cursed? No, it's nice and fresh. Nice and cool.
Huh. I'll investigate that later. So you said a mean nasty came down and dumped something in the lake to the north.
Yep, I guess it's at the bottom of the lake now.
Great. Well, I guess that's what we're here for. And who knows, maybe if we take that out, then your neighbor won't be so mean anymore.
That would be nice. She's usually got a temper, but she likes to play tricks and hurt things. But she's
What
gotten
is she,
worse.
if you don't mind my asking?
So she's a goot.
What are goots?
I don't know, goot, big, real big. Goes raw.
Oh, Karu, is she talking about a giant toad?
Probably.
Okay. And I'm actually going to bring in some of my my dense bread to offer for supper.
Okay. She happily takes it, adds it to the meal. You all have a supper of yams and lizard and bird meat.
That's fine. Does this count as a short rest?
Yes.
Excellent. That's what I was looking for. Because I need key. But
That
yeah,
wicked creature
I
just
probably also have honey as well.
nice. Oh god, she'd be in love with you now. That old
Like
wicked creature did also stole some mushrooms from the cave. I think that's why Old Good is so angry.
mushrooms.
Yeah. The mushrooms are in Old Good's cave. But those goods, they taste funny. I don't eat the mushrooms. Old
Okay.
Good lives with mushrooms.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll look into that too if he took them. Did he do anything else weird while he was down here?
Nope, just drop the sack and make the water icky and then take some mushrooms.
Okay. Well, thank you. And I'm just going to reach into my sack and pull out a little jar of honey that I had taken with me. Here, since we're friends, we should do things for friends.
A gift!
Yep.
Kibra has a gift! She opens it and sticks her finger in. Sticks it in again. And starts licking at it.
Spread it on some of the bread.
She uses her finger to spread it on the bread.
That's fine. Yep. Well, thank you for telling us about your neighbor and about the mean man.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully we'll be able to make the water less gross.
Oh, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of work having to go out to the outside well.
There's another way out of here too, right? A lot of other ways, huh?
There's a going through the tunnel past the big lake. There's another forest village. People there are getting sick too.
Forest village? Karu, would I recognize?
Your best guess, because of like you haven't traveled that far from Grove. She's probably referring to the nearby village
that Rose was going to.
That Rose was going to, yeah.
What was the name of it?
Prince's Harbor. it also lies like on the same river, the Sludgewater, that passes through Grove.
Huh. That's really concerning. All right. Well, I think we're gonna get going. Thank you again. I promise we'll come and visit again.
Oh, good. I like visitors.
Excellent. I'll bring more honey too next time.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna kind of wave and look at the others. All right, let's get going. At least we have some kind of direction now.
Sounds good. Lead the way.
Yep.
And you start going, and like Cal is just like looking at the trap and has not noticed that you guys are already on the way, on your way out.
I'm gonna go back, kind of sigh, walk over to Cal, tug by the back of the robes.
Huh?
Come on.
What?
Come
Oh,
on.
sorry. I was just
Focus. Focus. Why we're here. You can
right.
ask. You can ask about the trap later. God. And I thought I was bad. And I'm pretty sure I'm literally saying that to Cheddar. Is this the furthest that?
Yeah, this is the lake that was mentioned, and there is nothing, like, it's just water to the north.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And it's in that lake, right?
Yeah, you see still waters forming a large placid lake that fills this cavern. A 10-foot wide ledge along the northwest wall, just a few feet from the water surface and dotted with gravel and thin vines, allows for continued passage. The glow of sunlight sneaks in from the far wall. So you see some light coming from that passageway, so that, and you know from Gibber said that that led to the other village.
Okay. But what we want is actually in the lake.
In the lake, yeah.
I'm
And
guessing
then
this lake is super deep.
it is pretty deep, yeah. And she had mentioned Old Goot lives in the cave that snakes this way to the east.
To the east. Okay. So we don't want to have to deal with Old Goot. I don't suppose you have anything to block up that cave over there, huh? Temporarily? I'd rather not
What?
fight Old Goot.
Well, what if Old Goot can help?
I mean, depending on what Old Goot is.
Well, I can speak to animals.
I guess we could try. But just be careful, because, like I said, I'd rather not fight. Not without a reason.
That's fair. And Old Goot lives here. I mean,
We are the visitors.
it's
Maybe
true.
if we figure out what we can take out of the lake, and even find the guy who put it there and took Old Goot's mushrooms, she might be willing to give us a shot.
It's true. It might be interesting to know why that person wanted those mushrooms too.
Yeah. I'm guessing whatever this was an experiment of theirs to see what would happen, how it would work, how it would affect people.
Oh, that's why they had those people here watching.
Mm-hmm. Yep. There was a bunch that were... Oh, so that might have been... So, Karu, do I think that the rest of that group that were the bandits were actually the ones that guy named? Chaz and all
Yeah.
them? Mm-hmm. Good. So we dealt with them and we don't have to worry about them coming down.
All right. So what are we doing next? Are we diving into the water?
I mean, I'm okay at swimming, but I thought we'd talk to Old Goot first.
All right. Lead the way.
Okay. Because wouldn't you be mad if somebody dove into a part of your home
I suppose
without your
I
permission?
would. Maybe.
And I'm just going to very carefully walk forward, trying not to be super, super loud. And when we got close...
Wet, thick air, tinged with a loamy smell of mushrooms, greets you as you enter a grotto at the end of this tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
Another pool of water, this one with a rocky ledge dotted with mushrooms, dominates the area. There's a single figure in the room, a giant toad. And you can keep walking forward.
Okay. I'm going to look at Cheddar and be like, well, she's home.
Just
And
go
I'm
to
gonna
the
let.
edge of the water. It's fine.
Yep. Okay. I'm gonna let
Um,
Cheddar talk to her.
it sits on the opposite shore, watching, glaring, in silence. Something about its skin is unnatural.
Darn it. Oh, even though Cheddar is gonna be the one talking to it, I suppose I should at least start. Hello? We're here about the problem with the water. And I'm gonna look at Cheddar and see if they're going to relay or if they're just gonna talk.
Okay. Um. Ah, it's got a range of self. God damn it. Alright, so Cheddar casts Speak with Animals.
He probably was trying to do it so that I could do it.
Yeah, I was gonna twin spell it, but can't twin spell range self.
Unless you had distance spell.
Alright. No, he's got twinned and extend.
Okay.
So I guess he's translating for you.
Mm-hmm.
So he talks, and it's kind of weird hearing croaking coming from a dog, but that's what it sounds like.
We heard somebody dumped something bad into the water, and we wanted to come and take care of it.
That would be appreciated, she says, or at least Cheddar tells you she says. The water has turned my and my baby's skin to stone.
What? Oh no. Well, we will do what we can, and we'll try to find who did this too. We just wanted to ask permission before we jumped in, since it is your home.
If you deal with that, I would be grateful.
All right. Thank you very much. And my name is Aodhan O'Connor. This is Sir Cheddar, and this is Cal.
And are you gonna deal with that thief, Gibber, stealing my mushrooms?
Gibber stole them.
Well, who else would? I was asleep when I woke up and they were missing.
Gibber said that the person who dropped the sack into the lake took mushrooms too.
So it wasn't Gibber.
Yeah, I honestly don't think that Gibber would have done it. I don't think she's got that little of self-preservation.
I suppose I've been mean to her for no reason then.
But we'll find out who put the stuff in the lake, and we'll find out who took your mushrooms.
Good.
And then I'm just going to look at Cheddar and be like, all right. They said that they had dropped it in the other lake, so let's go.
All right, off we go. Oops.
And then I'm just going to kind of bow toward the toad. Stone. That
must not feel nice.
No. Well, I'm glad that we were able to talk to her first. I really didn't want to have to fight.
Yeah, she looks pretty big.
Mm-hmm.
Would have been a big fight, especially if her babies were to help her.
Yeah, I don't want to kill babies either. Karu, is there anywhere in this that looks... No, it probably was just dropped into it. I'm going to look at Cheddar and be like, I don't suppose you have anything that could, I don't know, make it easier for us to breathe underwater?
Listen, I know I'm an accomplished spellcaster, but
And that's why I ask.
I can't do
I don't know.
everything. I mean, I suppose I could polymorph you into something.
I'm looking a little bit less than comfortable with that. I mean, if we have to,
I could turn you into a frog.
No thanks.
Well, then I suppose you're swimming on your own.
I guess so. And then I'm just gonna kind of look, because it looks very deep, doesn't it? Hot? Too hot?
Give me a perception check.
Okay. I will be buying myself a reroll if this doesn't do it. I'll buy myself a reroll anyway, because I'm not sure that a 13 would have done it. Although I have to actually do the other thing. And I do have a budget to donate. Which this is loud. Alrighty. Anonymous, that, and that. Let's see if this actually does better. Paid, and good. Okay. I really wish that I could have had perception trained, but it wasn't one of the options. 19.
Okay. So you see two things. One, you can see the pot. There's like a jug of some kind in the bottom of the pool.
Okay.
It seems to have like holes bored into it.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing you notice is that the vines that you see to the west on the trail there aren't actually vines.
What are they?
The tentacles of a octopus,
Oh.
which is sleeping inside the water.
I'm gonna look at Cheddar and be like, "Hey Cheddar,
Yes.
there's an octopus in there.
Ooh.
It'd be a little rude to wake it up, but it'd be ruder to go in while it's asleep, because we might spook it. I see
That's true.
I see probably what I have to get, but I'd rather not go in unannounced."
Well, I suppose I could speak to it.
Mm-hmm.
But an octopus being woken up, an octopus that big, now that I see it, do you have maybe something to offer it?
I'm gonna look through to see what other rations and things. Would I know anything about what octopus might eat? Because I don't.
You're not exactly a seafaring,
I know.
even
I
though this
don't
is
really know.
a sweetwater octopus. They're not exactly something you would have studied.
Yeah, I mean, I could always go back and ask our new goblin friend if she has any extra fish or any extra meat.
Oh, that would work.
I'll be right back. And then I'm gonna scoot back around. And her name is Gibber, right?
Gibber, yeah.
Okay, actually, let me put that in my notes. And Old Goot was the other one, right? Okay. I'm gonna go back to Gibber and be like, "Hey, Gibber.
Uh
So there's an octopus in that lake,
huh.
and we're gonna talk to see if it'll let us go in and take out the bad thing in the lake. But I need something to offer it. Do you have any more meat?
Not
I can trade you another jar of honey."
not fresh, but I have some dried fish.
That's fine. As much as you can give me, and I will trade you honey, and, well, I've got more of that bread.
Okay.
So I'll make the trade. And I'll look at Gibber and be like, "Oh, and we talked to old Goot. She seemed to think that you had been taking her mushrooms. So we told her that the other
Me?
guy..." First of all, I'd like to insight.
Okay, go
I
for it.
I don't really expect her to be that 17.
She looks aghast that anyone would think she would steal from old Goot.
Yep. Yep, that's what I thought. We told her that the guy who dumped the stuff in the lake took it.
Oh,
So
good.
she looked a bit apologetic about being mean to you.
Well, that's good.
Yep. It's always nice to be able to end a dispute between neighbors.
It's
So,
important. We live in the
you have to
same
get along.
cave.
Yep. All right, and then I'll take the dried fish and all. Thank you. And then I'll scoot back around. All right, I got a bunch of dried fish. I always seem to catch you when you're chewing.
Cheddar takes the fish and goes over to the tentacles and kind of like pokes at them with his paw until the octopus wakes up and kind of all the tentacles swoop into the water.
Wow.
And Sir Cheddar starts talking to the octopus.
Basically explaining what we're there to do and that we brought fish as an offering for letting us come into the lake. Sir Cheddar is the cutest pupper.
He's just so adorable. Who could say no to this cute pupper?
Not the octopus.
Not the octopus. The octopus takes the fish provided and actually goes down into the water and grabs the pot and brings it up to you.
Aw. I'm going to take it, kind of pat one of the tentacles and say thank you.
Cheddar translates for you.
Man. Also, I'd like Cheddar to ask the octopus their name so that we can be polite.
Ooh bloop.
Ooh, bloop. Alright, and I'm going to say who I am, say who Cal is, and say who Cheddar is, because rude. Don't be rude.
God. Befriending everyone, huh?
Well, I'm not gonna... See, this is my... Above is my home. These are my neighbors.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
And it's gonna be a way better story to tell Rose when I brag.
Alright, so what you are now in possession of is a sealed clay pot with holes bored into the lid.
Okay. Alright.
So where to next?
Well, I guess first we're gonna have to get out of here.
Well, there's sunlight that way. Shall we go there and see what happened to that other village? Gibber said that they're falling sick too.
It's Karu, is that village a bit bigger than
Yes.
the Grove? Yep. It's bigger too, so they might have other people who could help, maybe an herbalist at least.
You know that they have a druid.
Okay.
A local
so
druid.
Then, yeah, do I know the druid's name?
Gwyn.
Princess Harper has a druid.
Sorry, Gwyn.
GWYN?
Yeah, 2 N's. Gwyn
okay.
Trout Scales.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna nod to Cheddar and be like, alright, let's get going. Because this druid is probably likely to be able to help us. Come on, Cal.
So you follow the ledge there and continue on to the north. You find a narrow tunnel, and in that narrow tunnel you find a pile of rotting leather that lies heaped in a niche of the tunnel, smelling strongly of musky, acidic substances. And as soon as you guys get close to it, like, Cheddar starts sneezing and like, oh, that smells off.
Oh. Does it smell like it's rotting, I'm guessing? Hold on, let me...
You go up to investigate it?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. It looks like someone mixed several bags of like powdered substances together, and these are the like discarded piles. It's been long enough that like it doesn't like it doesn't seem active or anything, but there's also footprints on the floor of the tunnel of at least one individual that came here, spent some time, and then working near the bags, and then left. You can give me a survival check to know more.
Okay. 12.
Okay. Um. So you learn a couple of things with the footprints in this area. It was the same person who wore good boots and made several trips down here.
Mm-hmm.
So at least 3 times came down here.
Did those boot prints stop at the pile, or did they
Most of
go
them
further?
do. Only one of them goes down towards the lake and then back up.
Huh. All right. I'm gonna look at Cheddar and Cal and be like, "Do you have a way to pick that up without touching it? I don't really want to touch it." And
No,
I've got
unfortunately,
I've
no.
got another bag, but
Um, let me just double check.
double check Cal.
I mean, I suppose I could like summon an unseen servant to handle it, but that'll only last a while.
Oh, I don't need that. I just need it long enough that I can put it in this bag, and I've got a leather bag that's also waterproof. Don't ask.
Um, yes, then that would probably be the best thing I can offer.
That's fine. I don't need it to carry it for long. Like I said, I just need to carry it until I can put it in this bag.
All right. He casts unseen servant, and the servant grabs all the bags and stuff and puts it in your bag.
I tie it off really tightly, and then I'm gonna be like, "So how long does that last?"
An hour.
Ooh, and then I'm just gonna kind of shove the bag into the servant's hands. Here you go. Listen, I don't want to touch it for longer than I have to.
All right. So you've never seen this tunnel, but it's clearly natural.
Mm-hmm.
And it goes for a long time, but you can see sunlight at the end of it.
Uh-huh.
So are you going to go down the tunnel or back up the well?
Well, there's a druid in that village down the tunnel.
At least you're assuming that that tunnel goes to Princess Harbor, in which case, yes, there is a druid. And you've already taken the pot out of the water that feeds your town, so soon enough your well will be clear.
Fine.
Yeah.
The question is whether or not the people in town will wake up or not.
Only time will
That's
tell.
uh-huh. But since there is a druid in that town, if we can go there, I'd like to.
Okay, so you continue down the trail. It actually continues for a couple miles before eventually emerging onto the surface again.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And that's where we'll go on break.
Cool.
We're back, and for the purposes of the podcast, hello, welcome to DriveThruRPG and our Harper's Tale campaign for Extra Life. Alright, so last time we left off, you had gone through a cave, made some friends, have some new companions in Sir Cheddar and Cal de Vries, two magic users you found in the cave who are also investigating the sudden sickness. Managed to locate and take out a pot that had some kind of contents that were poisoning the water. So you're assuming now that that is dealt with, that most likely the water will become safe to drink once the rest of the contaminants get filtered out naturally. And you followed the cave tunnel that led out into a forest.
Do I recognize the forest? Because just keep in mind I do have the Outlander background.
What does that do?
One moment. If it actually... Sorry, the Wanderer background from the Outlander. I have an excellent memory for maps and geography. I can always recall the layout of terrain, settlements, and other features around me. In addition, when I find food and fresh water for myself or up to 5 people each day, provided that the land offers berries, small game, water, and so forth.
Nice.
Yep.
Alright, well, I have a map.
And I'm guessing if this is close enough to the Grove, in between the Grove and Princess Harbor, I would have been around here before, especially since my father was a hunter.
Alright, cat, I'm gonna bite your tail if you stay here.
No.
Princess Harbor lays to the northwest of Grove.
Okay.
You come out of the tunnel to from the tunnel into a collection into a thick forest. You realize the tunnel was hidden by a bunch of like large boulders. And as you look around, you don't necessarily entirely recognize this place because it's like in the middle of the forest. But nearby, as you look about and try to gain your bearings, you notice that there is a small cottage.
Oh.
There's like a U-shaped hedge that surrounds the structure, blocking it from view, so you can just see like the top of the roof of the cottage. And the rock formation you came out of is like the fourth wall. So you have the rocks on one side and then these like hedges surrounding it on 3 sides.
Okay. Would I know... So since this is a cottage, would I know that this is a part of Princess Harbor or close enough to it?
This is actually still pretty far away. Like, you're in the forest. Like, this is heart of the forest kind of cottage. If you look on the map where it says back to the cottage, it's off the map in that direction. Okay. And Princess Harbor is the rest of the map that you see there. So you're still like an hour or 2 into the forest beside Princess Harbor.
Okay. The main thing I was asking for was because I wanted to know if this would have been potentially the Druid's cottage.
No, it is not. You know that the Druid lives in Princess Harbor itself. If you look at the map, A5 is where the Druid lives.
Okay.
So this is not the Druid's cottage. In fact, you probably don't know about this cottage. It is in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, I'd like to kind of get a little bit closer, but gesture to the others to kind of back off. I just want to look.
Okay. They stay by the rocks as you go to look. You go around the hedge and eventually find where there's like an entry point. There's like a small like an archway in the hedge. And beyond that, you can see this is a small, like 40-foot square structure. Outside, there's You see, you walk inside and there's like a small green belt between the cottage and the pine hedge. There's where firewood is split and stacked.
Mm-hmm.
There's a small clay kiln on one side, two shrubs, and a small well.
Okay. I'm going to approach a little closer and just call out hello.
There's no answer.
Um, are there any windows in this cottage?
Um, yes, but they have curtains drawn.
Okay.
As you circle the structure, you also notice there's two doors. There's one main door, and then there's one door that's facing the other side, that leads to like where the kiln and the
Okay.
wood is.
All right. I'm going to since I don't know exactly where I am at the moment, I'm just going to approach the door and kind of knock.
Okay. You. Which door? The main door or
The main door.
the main door?
Main door.
Okay. You knock the main door. There's no answer.
I'll call out again, knock on it again, see if a little bit louder this time.
Still no answer. You don't hear any movement from inside either.
I'm gonna try the door handle.
It's locked.
Okay. That's what I expected. I'll circle around to the back and knock on the other door.
Same thing.
They probably got their water from the same source as everybody else, which means that I'm close enough. I'm gonna also kind of jiggle the back door handle, see if that's locked as well.
It is locked.
Okay. I'm not gonna try anything then. I'll go back to the others and be like, well, got no answer, so they're either not here, or they might be afflicted with the same stuff that everybody else is.
Cal looks worried at this and goes, well, if there's someone in there, shouldn't we be checking on them?
Yeah, I guess so. But I don't have a way to. I mean, I guess I can try. I don't have proficiency in thieves' tools, but I could try and like pick the lock or something.
Okay. So the two follow you to the door. And you try and pick the lock using
Sleight of hand, I guess it would be.
yeah.
Since I'm not.
13. You look for some sticks and to use as tools, and you start working the tumbler, and it feels like it's about to work when your stick breaks.
All right.
And then I'm actually gonna do something.
Okay.
Sir Cheddar is going to bend your luck, and he's gonna use 2 sorcery points.
Okay.
To give you some luck.
Ooh.
So instead of 13, you roll a 17.
Nice. Oh crap! I forgot there was another. Okay. But yeah. So does that actually unlock the door?
Yes.
Okay.
And Cheddar goes, ooh, look. That was lucky.
Yeah. I'm not usually that. And I'm gonna look at them both. I'd like to insight them to see if one of them did something, because I heard that magic was wonky like that.
Sure. Give me an insight check.
Nope. I don't know. Yeah, that was weird.
Well, you open the door. Inside is a single room. You see a small cooking space. It looks like an alchemy lab and a growing table, a small sleeping area, and a large table. A half dozen basket-sized metal cages hang from the rafters.
Okay. Does this place look like it's occupied?
There is no one inside. you see a manuscript on the table with the alchemical equipment.
Okay, I'd like to look at it because I am nosy that way. Now that I'm in.
The manuscript is written in an interesting looking script. You can. What languages do you have again?
I have Common, Halfling, and Sylvan.
All right. You can make out some symbols, but it almost looks like it's written in different languages, like almost like a cipher of some kind.
I don't want to take it in case they come back.
Also on the table you find where the manuscript is, there is a crate filled with dead plant seedlings and small pots of dried soil.
Okay, do any of them look familiar?
Kind of hard to tell because they've all dried up, but not that you can tell. Like, it doesn't immediately go, oh yeah, that's a
Okay.
dandelion. I don't know.
All right. So there's clearly nobody here.
Correct.
All right, I'm gonna look at the others and be like, well, there's no one here. I guess we should just move on.
Yes.
Because I'm not that.
What does the paper say?
I don't know. I can't read it. It looks like it's in some kind of code.
Hmm. Cal immediately comes up to it.
Cow.
He looks at it for a moment and goes, well, I recognize some of it. There's some Elvish in here, but none of it makes any sense.
Like I said, I think it's in some kind of code. Because, was there any Sylvan in there, or was that Elvish that I was recognizing but not quite recognizing?
Yeah, it was Elven.
Yeah, I thought that was Elven, but because it was kind of something I almost recognized.
Fortunately, I don't have any spells to help with this, but I am. It's so tantalizing to just stay here and try and.
No, this is not our house.
Mm.
This is not ours.
I suppose you're right. Okay, well, let's leave then.
Yep. I'm going to wait until the others are outside and shut the door. Kind of see if I can.
As you're exiting, you hear Cheddar start to growl.
What?
And then yelps as two of the two bushes that were outside come to life and attack.
Ah, darn it. Okay. I guess we're going to go into initiative then, yeah?
Yep. You're not escaping this one.
Oh, I know. That's fine.
Can't go without battle all the time.
17.
I just realized these tokens are not programmed, so... Cat.
Also, I almost maxed my health. I rolled a 9 when I leveled up.
That's a bugbear, not a... Alright.
I mean, this is definitely suspicious because it's right next to the entrance to the tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
And it's alchemical. Oh, great. A shambling? Are you... I hope this isn't what I think. Listen, that's terrifying, okay?
Uh-huh.
Because we're level 3.
Okay. Alright, these things are not very fast. But this one's going to move forward. Actually, okay. It is going to move forward and slam into Cheddar.
How dare you?
Missing.
Good.
Aodhan.
Okay, well, I'm gonna dart around the other way. Gonna punch him. For an 11.
Misses.
Oh, I don't get another one. Sorry. I meant to do my unarmed, so a 20.
20 hits.
For 6. So I guess I kick it.
Okay.
And then, you know what? This is worrying me, so I'm gonna use a flurry of blows. To do one more. For another 20.
Hits.
For 7.
Alright.
So it's got...
Shambling Mound looks like it's not happy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit, it's not. This one's gonna move forward. It can't quite get to anyone, but it has noticed that you are a problem person. So it is going to send, and you see it zap out with lightning.
Uh-oh.
At you. Oh my
crap.
With a 7, I don't think it hits you.
I probably just like, nope. Mm-mm.
Wow. So terrifying. Sir Cheddar does not like this at all. I do not like bushes that move. And he's gonna try and bite the bush. He's too... Oh,
Advantage.
you're right.
Because I got there for a reason.
17 hits.
It's a bush. I love how he's like, not terror. So he bites off a twig.
Yeah, he like bites off a twig and just pulls it off. My twig. Cal's like, it used lightning. I don't think zapping it is gonna work.
Maybe set it on fire.
I wish I could. I don't have any fire spells. Fire's scary. I'm just gonna magic missile it. He magic missiles the one that you guys are fighting for 5, 6, 7, 8. So it goes down on the second magic missile. And
so
the third one
careen to the other one.
And the third one careens to the other one for another 2 damage.
Okay.
And then he's gonna back up. All yours!
Thanks.
Alright, Aodhan.
Alright. Gonna start off by taking a dart and chucking it at it. Oh, I don't actually have my... Well, okay. I'll just use the dagger thing, even though it's a dart. It's the same stats. Don't have advantage, but 21.
That hits.
For 8 piercing damage. Then I'm going to run up to it. Spin, yoink the dagger out. And then give it an elbow.
That hits.
For another 5.
Okay.
I'm not going to spend all of my key points in a single combat.
That's fair.
And I'd rather stay in between it and the casters.
Yeah, it is going to try and slam into you.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay. 23.
Yes. Why did you sigh so hard?
9 piercing and 2 bludgeoning.
Oof.
And you are grappled by it.
Oh, I don't like that. I also don't like bushes that move.
Sir Cheddar's like, no! Aodhan! And runs forward to bite at this other bush. And takes out another couple of bush sticks. He will have a collection of sticks.
I mean, he's a dog, doesn't he already?
Does Cal want to use more magic? The only thing he can do is magic missile. You got this.
So I'm grappled, right?
Yes. You can still attack.
Or not. I'm going to, I guess, go for the elbows again.
Hold up.
What?
Okay, Sir Cheddar is going to use 2 more sorcery points to bend your luck. See if it helps.
Did it?
He really likes you.
I like him too.
Yes, that hits.
For 9.
And the shambling mound dies. So your clawed gauntlet seems to go through it and like miss the thing, but then when you come back you just rake across it because the shambling mound moves slightly.
Huh. Well, I think we've definitely overstayed our welcome.
I agree. We should probably leave.
Yes. And Garo, I'd like to lead the other 2 away and kind of like rub at where it pierced into me and probably take out whatever thorns I can find. Ow. Ow.
Oh,
Stupid.
you did a good job, Aodhan. You're very good at fighting.
Yeah, thanks. Aww. I really like you. Um, as I'm taking the thorns out, I will actually pocket a couple of them, just,
Okay.
to show the druid.
Yeah. And
Because, like, this is getting more and more suspicious.
and Sir Cheddar's 4 healing points from his healing word.
I will take what I can get.
He's trying his best.
I know. Alright, so I'd like to lead us away from this cottage. Do I know the vague direction?
Yeah, once you start looking around, there is a path leading away from the cottage, and if you follow that 500 yards and to the north and east west, you you find the path heading towards Princess Harbor, which in the map. So basically, you come from where it says back to the cottage and approach.
Okay. Well, the first thing I'm going to go towards the druid's house.
Okay, so you're walking towards it. Princess Harbor has a variety of structures mixed together along the main road. Its homes and farmsteads stand next to workshops and storefronts. Most of the buildings are wooden. Some have thatched roofs, others are shingled, a few have slate tiles. The road is primarily hard, packed dirt and gravel, but offshoots into areas with many buildings are paved with flagstones. So A1 has the ferry crossing and the town well.
Okay.
When you're approaching the village, you notice that the place is festively decorated with garlands of flowers strung across the street. Houses sport bundles of greenery and flowers on the lintels. Bright ribbons and banners festoon all manner of poles and front porches, including the front of the local pub, the Walrus and the Seagull. The community appears prepared to enjoy a celebration of some kind. You see a number of icons depicting a stylized heroic figure. However, no one's around for the actual celebrating. A stray dog lounges on a front porch, and several cats scurry across the street between houses. There isn't a humanoid in sight. You, being a local, recognize, or at least realize, that the festivities and what you're seeing is probably the Festival of Saint Isaac. And that's the figure that is shown in a couple of places. You've been a bit, between coming home and everything, not realize that it was that time of year again. But you know that when this happens, this village is really, like, full of people celebrating and everything. And, like, everything's decorated.
So, when did the festival when was it supposed to start?
You're
I know
kind
that
of off on days because, like, you've been out of town and everything, but probably around, like, it makes sense that it would be either, like, sometime this week. So probably today?
So how long ago would they have actually started decorating for it? Like
Um,
2
within the
days
week,
before?
yeah, two
Okay.
days, like, not too far off.
Okay.
And so as you're approaching the first area to the north of you of the path leading towards the druid's house, you hear a terrible clatter, a whinnying following by a crash.
Uh-oh. I'm
You
gonna
turn to the
head that way.
north, and where the well is, you see a man lying in the road and a pair of horses stomping, attempting to dig into the flagstones with their shod hooves. Their yoke stands skewed into the air as the wagon slides over the rail with an awful howl. It's hanging over the rim, dangling above the town well. If you don't pull
Uh-oh.
it back over the rim, that wagon's going to fall into the water, and if it drags the two horses, it's going to pollute the drinking supply of this place.
Yeah, I'm gonna run and try and see what I can do with it. I'm going to look at Cheddar and be like, if you have anything that could help with that, it'd be great if you could. And I'm gonna keep going.
All right, so this is going to
Try and
be kind of a skill
steady it.
challenge.
Uh-huh.
When you notice everything, you are 50 feet from the well.
Yes. Okay.
What's your movement speed?
My movement speed normally is 35 feet.
Okay, 35 will not get you to it because you
I
are 50 feet away.
Oh, don't you worry. I'm spending a key point to Step of the Wind this. That doubles. That
Okay,
allows me to dash.
so you double and get to the well.
Hmm.
The wagon is teetering inside the well. So you're gonna have to try and pull it back up.
Yep.
That's gonna be an athletics check.
That's fine. I'm going to actually buy myself a reroll. Because as much as he likes me, I don't know that bending luck all the time is good for me.
Someday we'll have more viewers that are excited about giving you rerolls.
It's okay. I have my own budget for Extra Life, and I'm glad to be donating towards that budget.
Oh, I didn't see One Crit Wonder came in to say hi.
Oh, I didn't either. Alrighty, got that. I'm gonna try again. Hopefully this goes better. Might go worse.
Hey, look, we have a donation.
Yeah, that's okay. I rolled a 10, so 11 or 10, whatever.
Oh my god. All right, so that's
Yeah.
going to be a failure.
I know.
That's what happens when you buy your own rerolls, people.
Because nobody else is here.
All right.
11 probably also would have been.
Yes, it would have been a failure. All right, so you take. So you start trying to pull this, and where you put your hands, you don't notice, and the weight of it pulls you back, and your hand gets squeezed between the wagon and the edge of the well. You take 3 bludgeoning damage.
Mm-hmm. So it's still ongoing, right?
Yes.
Can I get out the hempen rope, tie it at around like maybe not quite the edge of it, but close, and be like, "Hey, Cheddar, do you have a trick for this?" Because even if it, even if it doesn't actually like completely stop it,
I
it
suppose I
might.
could enlarge the horse.
I,
Help them be stronger.
or it might be easier if you spoke to them, tried to calm them down.
Well, the horses are trying their best to
Oh,
pull
okay.
they're already trying to like pull away.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Okay. Yeah, so he can actually enlarge reduce does not seem to be able to be used on more than one creature, so he can twin spell it. Either both horses or on you. Do you want to get enlarged, or do you want the horses to get enlarged?
The horses are probably stronger than me.
Okay.
So
And they
I'd rather
weigh
they
more
did.
too. Because it
I'd
says its
rather
weight
they
is
did it.
multiplied by 8.
I'd rather they did it, and I'm just here to like kind of help push
Okay.
it back.
All right. So he casts Enlarge, Reduce, and Twin Spell is 1 sorcery point per level of the spell. So that's going to be 2. Because I have to keep track of his.
So they're already large, so now they're huge.
Yeah, so you now have 2 huge horses that weigh 8 times what they used to weigh. That is going to help reduce the DC for the athletics check to pull back the wagon.
Okay.
So
One more.
one more, you have advantage now because the horses are helping.
Awesome.
24. All right. So thanks to
Cheddar is great.
all right, so I'm going to count that as 2 successes.
Okay.
And you managed to pull partially, like 3 of the wheels were already inside the well. You managed to pull one of the wheels out of the well. Let me see if Cal has anything to help.
Probably not.
Actually, I'm also going to count the Enlarge Reduce as a success as well. So you need 3. You have 3 successes. You need 3 more to save the wagon.
Oh my god. Hey, Karu. Hold on. Let me look at something really quickly.
Yeah, no, he doesn't have anything to help you.
Because as I leveled up, I got a new thing for my race.
Okay.
And I have to see what it does. Hold on. Because if it'll actually let me search for it. Because I got the ability to cast Entangle. And if I could cast that on the wagon.
Oh. Did you drag it onto your sheet?
I didn't get a chance to, but it's grasping weeds and vines sprout from the ground in a 20-foot square, starting from a point within range. For the duration, these plants turn the ground into difficult terrain. It's a creature. But it makes sense though if they were grasping around the wagon, pulling like.
Yeah, the problem is that's gonna keep it in place. It's probably not gonna make it any easier to pull it out. And that would be your action.
Then no, I'm not doing that.
You could just give me another strength check.
Okay. Would this still be with advantage?
Yes.
Because horses are helping? Okay. 19.
Okay. That is another success, and the wagon pulls slightly more. The yoke has kind of straightened itself a bit.
Mm-hmm. Come on.
You need 2 more successes.
I will give you so many apples if you guys get this out. And then I'm gonna try pulling again. 19 again.
Good. You have all but the last wheel to go.
12. Screw this. Gonna donate again. Listen, like I said, I have my... Would it still be with advantage if I'm doing a reroll?
Yes.
Or would it just be a straight? Okay, good.
You're basically redoing the roll.
Cool. Anonymous, PayPal, yes. Because good lord. I was expecting it to eventually get to that point. And that is my last for tonight.
Hopefully you don't regret using them all on this.
14.
Thanks to the help of the horses, that is enough.
Good.
And you pull the wagon over the edge, finally setting it free of the well's lip. And the horses calm down as everything like stops being a threat. And Cheddar comes over and goes, "That was great. That was amazing." Also, those are the biggest horses I've ever seen. Oh, also, you might be careful. Yeah, maybe lead the horses away from the guy who's on the floor.
Yep, I will. I'll. Man, I wish I had more like dried fruit and stuff, but I don't now. I'll have to find some. Although, I would not be surprised if I had a couple sugar cubes in there.
All right. Sir Cheddar goes up to the unconscious man. Um, should I heal him? Cheddar says.
I mean, we
Doesn't
need to.
seem injured, but he's unconscious. Smells weird too.
Smells weird. Does he smell
Kind of fruity.
fruity? I'm gonna look to see what was in the wagon.
You go to look in the wagon, and you realize it was carrying barrels of lamp oil.
Oh, that would have been bad to get into the drinking water.
Yes, very bad.
Hey, first, would you mind
And
stopping?
from the nearby inn, a couple of people like come out because they saw the commotion. And they're like, "Oh, you saved it! Thank you, thank you."
Yeah. Yeah, do you have any apples or carrots or anything for the horses?
Yeah,
Maybe they'll.
we can take care of the horses. Oh, those are big horses. Were they always
Hey,
this big?
Cheddar,
Yeah.
would you mind? And I'm gonna point to the
Oh,
horses.
sorry. And he lets go of the spell, and the horses revert back, and they look very sad about this.
I'm just going to sneak them each a couple sugar cubes. These people will take care of you. Good job.
Thank, thanks for that. If you need board, I can give you a room in the inn. Um,
Uh, I'm actually here to see Gwen
oh, Gwyn,
because yeah.
he should be around. He's been giving out the drought of Saint Isaac.
Okay, I'll take a look around, see if I can find him.
All
Is
right.
is everyone here all right? Looks a
Oh,
little bit sparse
well,
for a celebration.
I don't know. I suppose some people have. Well,
Have they fallen ill?
no, no, not that I know of. We're a bit late, but we'll have to catch Gwyn as well because we haven't taken the drought yet.
Karu, what is the drought of Saint Isaac?
The drought of Saint Isaac is part of the festivities. The way they begin is like neighbors come together and share a like special drink. It's kind of like a wine or something. They give their cheers to Saint Isaac in a kind of like ceremony of sorts, and then after that, they either go back to their house to change into festival clothes, or just go directly to um, partake in the festivities.
Hmm. So, has anybody been feeling sleepy?
Sleepy? No, not more than usual, no.
Huh. Interesting. Cause I mean, I'm coming from the Grove, and there's a bit of a problem.
Oh, what's wrong in the Grove? With Grove?
Uh, Karu, they would know about the Grove at least as a
Yes, they
village, right?
know the
Okay.
village.
Well, I just gotten back. I've been away training for a while, and everybody in the village was asleep except
Oh,
for about two people.
magically asleep?
I I don't know. I think something was polluting our well water,
Oh, that's not good.
and yeah, and I wanted to talk to Gwen to see if, because I went down into the well to look, and I wanted to see if there was anything that Gwen could do to help.
Well, he probably won't be at home right now. He's probably somewhere else in the village.
Okay, if you manage to see him, could you just tell him that Aiden O'Connor was looking for him?
I'll let him know.
Thank you, and just just be careful. If there's anything funny in the well water, just don't drink it. And then I'm just gonna wander off looking for him.
Okay. Alrighty. So you start walking past, going towards the druid's house, which as you pass by it, you can tell that the druid's not home.
Mm-hmm.
So, sorry, I have to do a bit of back and forthing.
Nope, you're fine.
So north of the druid's house is the first well-maintained farm buildings. This is the first households to establish themselves in Prince's Harbor.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and as you're looking around for Gwyn, a woman stumbles in the front yard of a farmhouse that you're passing by. She looks at you with unfocused eyes and asks you with impaired speech, Are you here for the horse too? You'll have to wait until the miller's boy is all done." She trails off and gently collapses into a heap onto the lawn.
Shit, I'm going to kind of run up to her and start looking her over, seeing what I can do with her. Does this look like it's one of the... Does it look like she just collapsed to kind of what the other people in the village were?
Oh god, I forgot to give a warning at the beginning of the session.
Uh-oh.
Hold on. Right. So this chapter references mental health and addiction, both of which are no joke. If you or someone you know has an addiction or struggles with mental health, please reach out for help. There's always someone ready to talk at the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. And if either of these things would distress you, I would suggest skipping to the next chapter. You won't miss out much.
Well.
She looks drunk.
Oh.
But passed out drunk. Not so not sleeping, the sleeping sickness or anything like that.
Yeah,
it's more of
she just looks drunk.
Stumbling drunk, and her speech was slurred. She looks like she had just had too much to drink and fell unconscious from that.
She came just from the nearby farmhouse.
Yeah, and you hear a crash and the sound of splintering wood and a squeal of chickens, and then a horse giving a terrified whinny. And you hear some guttural voices, deep guttural voices, talking to each other in a language you do not recognize.
Crap. Alright, I'm going to scoot around her and toward that sound. Is anybody else noticing this?
There
Does
doesn't
anybody else
seem
poke
to
their
be
heads out?
anywhere out. Not in this area, no.
Great. Alright, I'm gonna make sure that
Yes.
Cheddar comes along with. God damn it.
Yeah, they're following you. You turn around the corner and you see 3 bugbears attempting to kill the horse.
That is not happening. I'm gonna look at Cheddar and be like, "Hey, can you enlarge the horse and maybe me?"
You want me to enlarge both of you?
I mean, you did it with the other horses.
Yeah. I mean, I can't. Well, I guess I could, but I don't know if that's a good idea.
Why?
Well,
Horses can actually be really...
yes, that's fair. It does take a lot of magic to do it, though.
Well then, can you just enlarge the horse and I'll deal?
Wouldn't it be more useful if you're enlarged?
I guess. Then do whatever. And then I'm just gonna kind of wait until he does whatever, and I will dart forward.
He will cast Enlarge Reduce on you.
Okay, and what does that... So I'm
So
now a medium
you're
creature.
and now you're now a medium creature.
So I've got to add.
And you have 1d4 extra damage to all your attacks.
Yep. Cool. Well, have these guys noticed us yet?
Yeah, they see you.
Okay. All right. Well then, initiative.
Yep.
Okay. I just had to add the additional 1d4, 1d4.
Yeah, the horse is too terrified to really attack. As soon as these guys let him go, the horse just flees.
Okay. 13. The lowest initiative I've rolled all day.
No.
Great.
All right. So the bugbear rushes forward as it sees you. It doesn't even have to get that close, does it? Oh no. Huh.
What do you mean?
I thought bugbears had reach.
Nope.
All right. Well, he's gonna hit you with his Morning Star. 17.
Ow, that actually does hit. Meets my AC.
16 piercing damage.
That's a problem. I might go down.
Yeah, that's true.
Cheddar.
Cheddar's like, uh-oh.
Why are these here? This is not cool to have for one person.
Oh boy. All right, so I might actually have to rebalance this encounter.
Because yeah, that was I
Oh,
still had
God.
most of my health before that hit, and now I don't. This is what happens when we do a 1v1, which is not actually a 1v1.
Hmm. Hmm. Polymorph transforms things into then the target's level, right?
Target's level, yes. Oh,
So
no.
you're level 3.
Wait, no, target level? It might actually be the
No,
caster
it's
level.
target level.
So you can transform me into a thing with a challenge rating of 3.
Yeah.
Which, that would help a lot.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking up. Has to be something he's seen.
He's a very, very well-traveled wizard.
Is he now? Mm. Okay. I know what I'm transforming you into.
Oh?
It's gonna cast Polymorph. And transform you. There is no limits to the like type of creature, right? In terms of like abilities that it has.
What do you mean? I think it's just beast.
Yeah, it is a beast. I'm just me. Okay. So
What did you just transform me into? What is that?
an amphifter, however you. It is a
Can
tiny wyvern with bat-like wings and a stinger at the end of its tail.
Okay.
I will give you control of the sheet.
Okay.
Very importantly, it's got multi-attack.
Yes.
And 60 HP.
Well, hey, guess whose turn it is now?
So Cheddar goes, You show them who's the boss.
Okay, I will. Oh man. I can share the same space. Oh, it's up to 2. Dang it. I would have laughed if you twin spelled this, but I know you didn't have enough for it. So bite. Does a 26 hit it? Karu.
He has just enough to twin spell that.
Oh my god, would he?
No, he might need those points
He
for
might need it later,
later.
because I'm still at 3 health, even though...
Yeah. Like now you have 60. The important part is that Cheddar is now concentrating on that.
Well, here's the bite.
Oh my god. Okay. So that hits with a natural 20 for 12 piercing.
12.
Okay.
Okay. And then the stinger is a 16.
Which hits?
So 5 piercing, and please give me a DC 13 Constitution saving throw. Oof.
It looks like the poison damage also goes anyways.
Oh, okay. So it's
It doesn't
another
say
12.
anything. So that's 12 damage.
Can I share its space to kind of try and distract it?
I mean, that's not going to do too much. Con save?
Con save, or else it's poisoned.
It is not
Yeah,
poisoned.
I figured.
But it is barely alive.
And then, do I want to get in between the others? I kind of want to get in between the others and Sir Cheddar, even though I'd take an opportunity attack from him.
Also, the swarming ability is just with other.
I know. I know. I read that.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna.
But yeah, you have a flight speed of 60 feet now.
Oh, do I have flyby?
Yeah, and you have flyby.
Okay, so I don't have to worry about.
I mean, you have to worry about Cheddar, because if all of them gang up on Cheddar, you're in.
I know, and that's
you're back to
why
3 HP.
That's why I'm like.
Earl. No.
That's why I'm like going here.
Okay.
So that at least one of them has to get away from me.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my turn.
Okay. So that one is gonna attack you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'll hit. I don't care.
16 damage.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. I still have 44 health, which is miles above what I actually had before.
Yeah, this thing is scary. They're going after you.
That's fine.
21.
Uh-huh. Yep.
7 piercing. He's not too happy about being with the tail end of you, apparently.
Yep, I'm going to stretch my tail towards this one and like give a shriek to be like, "Hey, get that one!"
Oh, Cal is absolutely dealing with the one by Cheddar, but he's going to use Magic Missile. So he's going to send at least 1, 2... No, that's going to be...
As many as it
He
takes to kill
takes
that
this one down with 2 Magic Missiles, and the third one goes for one of the ones by you. Oh, that's Sir Cheddar's. And that's another 3 force damage for that guy. And this one doesn't get a turn because he is now dead. So Sir Cheddar is still concentrating on polymorph. All right. He is probably against his better options, but he's going to try and give you advantage and go and bite this bugbear in the ass.
He has advantage as well.
It's true. Thanks for that. He does 1 damage. Look, he really doesn't like biting people.
I know. I'm surprised he didn't just try and cast a different spell.
Look, he doesn't really have many options.
Okay, so I'm going to...
He's very much a utility caster.
I'm gonna bite the one that I have advantage for a 24
Yep, that hits.
for 10 piercing,
Okay.
and then I'm going to sting him as well for a 15.
Misses.
Hold on. Last one.
You said last one last time.
I know. I don't care. I just won't do it next time. This is a very, very good cause, so I'm willing to spend the extra.
Alright, well, give you a roll.
Well, let me actually do it first, and then I'll do it. Because I just want these things to die, and I don't want them to hit Cheddar.
Woof. Woof.
There. Okay, that's done. And now I'll roll it again. 24.
24 hits.
He takes 10 piercing and 8 poison. So yeah, and then
And he
if he's
goes
still
down.
Cool. And then since I've got flyby, come on, map, move. I'm gonna go this way. So if he tries to go after Cheddar, he has to leave my threatened space.
Okay.
Hey, monks have to learn how to position and be mobile.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so he hasn't been touched, but he's seen what you can do. He's gonna... No, he knows you can fly faster than he can run. He's gonna try and take you out. 16.
That hits. It wouldn't have hit my regular armor.
4
Oh,
piercing!
He's terrified.
I min that!
Oh, that's great. I love it.
Amazing!
You just hear a shriek.
Alright, Cal cannot get close enough to use his one and only attack cantrip.
Unreal.
Can you upcast magic missile? Yeah, you can.
Yes, you can.
Alright, so
Absolutely
he's not gonna upcast it, but that's just to know. So he's just gonna fire magic missile at this guy for 8 damage total. He's down to 1 level 1 spell slot. Sir Cheddar is gonna give you advantage and once
go
more go chomp.
Advantage as well. Thank you.
16. 16 I think is their AC, yes.
2. Cool. Now me.
And it's your turn.
23.
Yep.
For 6.
Okay.
And
12 misses.
That's fine.
Alright. Gosh darn it. This bugbear really wants to run, but you can outfly him. So he just has to take you down first. Ooh, nat 20.
Actually. Reroll that, please. Reroll that, please. Now I'm being mean.
What do you mean by reroll?
Is it just you can choose or I can make you?
Oh, you want to donate to make me re-roll that?
Yep. Uh-huh.
I don't think we can do that.
Okay, that's fine. Go ahead.
I was just seeing if Cheddar had anything to...
Oh, it's fine.
So, 17 piercing damage. Does that take you down?
No, it does not.
It does not.
I had 33 health at the time.
Oof. This bugbear is so dead. Alright, Cal comes up finally and shocking grass.
Zap.
Oh. That was an 8. He tried.
That's okay.
He tried.
Bite him.
Chomp.
Oh.
Aw.
Chomp.
Yeah.
For 10. Is he still up?
Yep.
17.
17 hits.
For 21.
And that last one just goes straight into its neck. You hit the spine and he collapses dead.
I probably fly around a little bit just because I can.
I mean, you have 60 feet of movement. You could fly around and do a lot of
Yep.
looking.
I know, but I don't want to go too far just in case I spook somebody.
Well, as long as you keep high enough. You want to give me a perception check? I think perception would use its perception check.
Lovely. Oh. That's actually the same as mine. And that's actually the same kind of roll I'd get.
You are so amazed
Excited.
and excited about the whole flying thing that you're not really paying attention to what's happening below. But eventually you realize, well, you're not really sure how long polymorph lasts, and you kind of
So
forgot to try and ask Cheddar, so maybe you should go back to Cheddar. You're also not sure if, if you stray too far, maybe the magic stops.
Yeah, I'm back. I probably will, like, kind of land next to Cheddar and probably nuzzle him.
He goes, well, I can keep this up for an hour, but I don't think you'd be able to speak to many people in that form.
Yeah, I'm just going to shake my head and kind of point.
He lets go of polymorph.
Ow. Ooh.
Well, I hope that was
ow.
a good experience.
Yeah, it was. But ow, now I
Yes,
feel about ready to pass out.
You do look pretty bad. Let me see if I can help that. Have some healing.
Oh, thank you.
So that's well, that could have gone better, but we saved the horse.
What are bugbears doing in a village?
That's a good question.
Especially one this big.
They must have noticed that there's something going on in the village, or maybe just because of the celebrations. Aren't they celebrating? People don't really pay attention to their surroundings when there's a celebration.
Well, regardless, we should probably do something about this. We've got to find Gwyn anyway.
Yeah. Well, they did say Gwyn was giving out some kind of drought.
Mm-hmm. The Drought of St. Isaac.
Yeah, that.
Yep. I'm just gonna drag the bugbear corpses into a pile off to the side. Feel like we should probably find somebody who can deal with those two. Do we have a militia in this town?
I don't.
Guard?
There's a sheriff.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
While I'm looking for Gwyn, I'd also like to look for the sheriff.
Okay. So, are you continuing towards on the map A2 or A4 first? Because you're in A3.
I'm in A3. Well, where would the sheriff's place be?
Probably A2. A2 is where all the it's like the town's merchant district is.
Okay. Well, just to make sure that the druid's not at that little part, I guess we'll swoop around A4 and then head up to A2.
Okay, so A4 is the Hatchet's home. As you're heading in that direction, you feel a hint of smoke on the wind coming from the direction you were heading.
From the Hatchet's house?
Yeah. And as you head in that direction, you see that there's a portion of the ground near the pathway. There's like a 10-foot circle of scorched, burnt grass.
What? Does it look like it was spellfire? Or does it look like it was just somebody set it on fire?
It looks like maybe it got set on fire and burnt that much before burning out because it's, not dry. So like it eventually burnt out without catching anything else on fire because it was just grass.
Okay. Does it look like it could be blown to cut fire or to catch fire somewhere else?
It's already out.
Okay.
It's just the like scorch mark on the ground.
I'm gonna look around to see if anybody around, like, there's anybody around who could have been responsible for it as I
Well,
go.
as you go, and when you're like 50 feet from the cottage, you see a woman come out, and she's holding a lantern with both of her hands and just staring at it. And you hear her go, "Isn't it beautiful? Look how it dances. It's so pretty, so pretty."
Uh-oh. Does it look like... Wait, is she talking to me or talking to herself?
To herself.
And does she look like she's about to drop it?
Not entirely.
Yeah. Uh, I'd like to get... Hold on. Let me see something. Yeah, I'd like to get within 30 feet of her and use Druidcraft to snuff out the candle.
Okay. So you
Because...
go closer and you see her. She's beginning to open the lantern and like moving the lantern towards the fire,
Yep.
towards the grass. Sorry, and you snuff it out.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
What is going on?
uh, and as you do that, you notice that behind her, from the front door that she just exited, there's a plume of smoke coming out.
Shit. So she lit her house on fire. Oh boy. I'm gonna look at Cheddar and be like, this is fucking nuts. And then I'm gonna start running towards the house to try and... I have water in a water skin, but I don't think that's gonna be enough. Is there anywhere I could just pull water, like another well, another smaller well?
uh,
Or is it...
no, not quite. Let me just double check the spells that these guys have.
I wish somebody had... Nope, he doesn't have any fire spells because... Oh boy.
Yep, no. So Cheddar has no spells that are useful for this.
I mean, he could always try and use control fire because it's a DC 10 intelligence check, isn't it? Intelligence Arcana.
Oh, for the
I mean, that could go absolutely terribly wrong, but
yeah. Anyways, um the cottage is not on fire yet, but it is starting to get engulfed with flames.
okay. So how big are they at the moment? Because I might be able to use Druidcraft to do something.
Druidcraft would help to extinguish small flames.
Uh-huh. I'd like to do that as much as I can.
Okay.
Oh, it can do it up to a small campfire.
Yeah, so anything smaller, like a campfire sized, you can snuff out like locally.
Okay, I'm gonna go up and start doing that.
Okay. Are you just trying to snuff out fires? Because you realize that this place is probably going to go up. You can only like stop it from spreading fast, but you're not going to be able to use Druidcraft to completely snuff out the fire.
I know. I know. But the only other thing I could really do is try and find water around. Like, there's not even a pump, is there?
No, there doesn't seem to be any way to stop it. It's just more of like whatever's inside, like if there's more people inside or something.
All right, I'm gonna do what I can to
Cal
slow it.
actually goes up to the woman and goes like, "Hey, is there anyone inside?" And she's like, "Oh yes, I think so. Yes, a couple and a cat."
Then I'm gonna look at Cal and be like, "Get them out," and I'm gonna start slowing it as much as I can, I guess, and go in as well to try and see if I can find them and get them out.
Okay. So the three of you, Cheddar's probably fine right now because he's a dog. He's low on the ground.
I'm small, so I'm
Yeah,
low
you're
on the
not
ground.
as low on the ground as Sir Cheddar.
Yeah, I know. I would probably put a a scarf around my face to help with it a little bit. Maybe soak it with a water skin.
Okay. Give me a con save with the advantage.
Okay.
Cal enters and he's fine as well. Well, he's fine. You haven't rolled yet.
I didn't roll yet.
He rolled a 20.
21.
All right.
Thank
So
God
you're
for setting
both
up that
fine.
scarf.
Yeah.
But yeah, like as I go, I'm just going to snuff out as many of the fire as much of the fire as I can while I'm looking.
Okay. So we're doing this kind of in rounds. You have a set number of rounds to do this, and you can only do certain things in a round.
Okay.
So, you can Druidcraft, is that a bonus action or an action?
I think it might be an action.
Okay.
Let me look.
Cal can't
Come on.
see anything through the smoke.
Druidcraft is one action. Does Cal not have? Oh no.
All right. Neither of your companions spot any of the people inside the house. Also, Mike.
All right. Well, can I give a look, or am I too busy on
Yeah, you can
Druidcrafting?
you can give me a perception check as a bonus action.
Okay. I don't have advantage, so I don't see.
Yeah, you don't see anything. You look
Because I'm
through
too
and
focused.
it's too focused. You're not sure whether like they're probably hiding or maybe unconscious on the ground, and there's a lot of smoke in here. Um all right, so give me another constitution saving throw.
Okay, would it still be with advantage since I've got the
Yes.
okay. 22.
Okay. You guys are still fine. But this is the next turn. So you're
Uh-huh.
still looking?
I'm still looking and prestidigitating, or not prestidigitating, druid crafting as I can. Oh!
All right. Sir Cheddar finds the first one. He finds in under some blankets. He finds someone hiding. And he like, come on, and they're kind of like in a bit of a stupor. But he grabs them and slowly leads them out of the cabin.
Excellent, excellent. I would like to also look, see if I can find somebody as I'm in
All
there.
right. Cal did not find anyone this turn either.
Okay, I'm going to turn off advantage because I don't have it. Also, would Sir Cheddar have it since he's probably... Oh, no, because the smoke. Never mind.
Yeah.
16.
16. All right. You spot in a corner another person hiding.
Okay, I'm going to go up to the person. Come on, let's get out. Come on. And I'll lead them to the nearest, like, door dash window dash something.
Okay. So that means you're not doing Druidcraft this.
I can't because
Okay.
I'm helping this person out.
All right. So you help them outside. Cal is still inside. Are you going back in?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely yes.
So give me another con save.
Thank God I got this scarf and wet it.
Luckily, Cal is trained in con saves.
I'm not, but luckily I have advantage.
All right.
Because I would have failed every single one of those if I didn't.
Cal still fails to see anything through the smoke, though.
Alright. Let me turn off advantage. 22.
All right. You start looking and like you can't find anyone, but then you see a slight movement and you open a cupboard and you find a kid just like curled up inside.
Scoop them out. Take them out.
All right. You take him out, and as you do and you're moving him out, you see a white cat rush out of the house, head towards the first woman that had been playing with the fire, and kind of like curl up around her leg. She doesn't notice.
Alright. Gonna see if there's anyone else in there after the kid's out.
Okay. Give me a con save.
17.
Okay, you're fine.
And then perception.
Yep.
How is he rolling that high on con?
Every time he rolls
Every
perfectly
time.
fine on con and then shitty wisdom.
19. Oh, I don't have advantage, but 19.
Okay, so the two of you search and you're pretty sure that now the cottage is empty. Also, that fire is raging, and if you stay in, you're gonna start taking fire damage. So
Yep.
both of
I'm
you
gonna be like,
leave.
Cal, out.
Yeah. And Cheddar is like checking everyone and making sure that they're okay. And he looks at you and goes, they're kind of out of it. They all did take that Drought of St. Isaac. That's the last thing they can remember.
Shit.
They said Druid Gwyn gave them the ceremony of the drought.
Oh no. That means that he might be. Now we've really got to find him before he gets anyone else. So I'm gonna look at the others. Look around. If you find him, make as much noise as you can. And I'm gonna dart off as fast as I can go.
Alright. So where are you heading?
I was heading towards the merchant district before.
Okay, so you're heading towards the merchant district?
Mm-hmm.
You head in that encounter.
In that encounter.
Are you leaving Cheddar and Cal behind? Or are you, like, they're following you?
I mean, I guess I would have them come with.
Okay. Sorry.
No, it's fine.
Alright, so I think I have another map for this one.
But I would give them the description of Gwyn and say, if you see him, be as loud as you can, get his attention.
Alright. The gentle hum of voices, subdued and drunken, buzzes in the courtyard. As you approach, a woman bursts from the door of the bakery, gesturing aggressively. Hey you! Stay away! I'll show you! She swings a loaf of bread, which misses you, but hits a villager, who turns to strike a neighbor. Then a man in priestly robes lays about him with a heavy holy book. Suddenly tempers are flaring and the whole crowd erupts into a brawl.
What is going on? In the middle of this, do I see the druid?
You do not see it. But now there's a full-on brawl fight happening.
What is that?
That's the brawl fight.
I am not getting involved in this right now.
Okay, are you just letting them duke it out and not getting engaged in the battle?
I mean, I guess I could try and knock them out, but
You could.
how many people are there?
About like a dozen.
Okay, I'm gonna look at Cal and at Cheddar and be like, keep your eyes peeled for the druid. I'm gonna see what I can do to stop this.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna get right into it. Dart around and kind of just like try and chop people out. Not people unconscious.
Alright, if I follow this to the letter, I am going to kill you. So they're fighting each other more than like it's like random effects, and you're darting in and trying to take out people
Here and there, just kind of like in the mayhem.
Yeah, so give me your first attack.
Oh.
Wow.
Can that go after a lot of people at once? Or several people at once?
Probably. I mean, give me the damage. Oh, that's a lot of damage.
How did that do?
Wait, the 1 plus 4
because,
is... Yeah. No, so
well,
it's 9.
No, it's 9.
Yeah.
I didn't ever take off from the enlarged reduce. Hold
That's
on,
fine.
let me take care of that. Oh boy. So, how many of those went down?
All right,
Oh,
so
ignore that. I meant to take off
you
the
take
cog.
out one of the. I'm gonna say you take two out. Um,
Cool. Could could I flurry of blows to try and take a couple more out?
sure.
Ah, 8 and 10.
Yeah, that is not high enough.
That's fine. And then I guess I'm gonna dance around to not get hit.
All right. Yeah, Cheddar and Cal don't have anything that can subdue.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's why I told them to keep their eyes peeled.
All right. Uh,
I probably missed because I couldn't line up my strikes right, and I was
I
afraid
mean,
I'd
yeah,
do.
everyone is doing. Let's see. All right. So one of the people sees you like take out a couple of them and turns to you with a broken bottle and swipes at you, and they're drunk. You easily dodge it.
Okay.
Another one tries to hit you with like a couple of them like come up towards you with like improvised weapons basically, and they hit you for 7 damage.
Ow. I'm at 9 hit points now.
And it's your turn.
Okay. 21.
That hits.
All of this is subdual. I'm not
Oh
trying to
yeah.
kill them. And then flurry of blows as well.
You take out 2 more.
21 and 14
Both hit.
for 7 and 5.
Okay.
And
You actually take out quite 2 more people with that. So that's half of them already. And they kind of
and I'm just gonna be like, calm down, take a deep breath.
As they see you like taking down so many, and you say this, give me a persuasion check.
Oh man, I am not good at this. Yep, I'm not good at this.
The holy man, this guy in like a monk in brown robes kind of swings at you with his you calm down, and swings at you with his holy text.
Okay.
Does a 12 hit you?
No.
He just goes right past you and like hits a wall of one of the buildings, and he like you see pages of this book fly out, and he like slams his forehead into like because he like continues onwards and just like bonk, and just like slides to the ground and goes, oh that hurt.
Yeah,
and he kind of just lays there.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna like pat his head and be like, rest now. Do I have more that I have to take out now? How many
Yes,
more left?
yeah, you have 5 left.
Okay. 17
That hits.
for 7.
Okay. So that takes down 1.
All right. Nope. And I have 1 key point left. I'm just gonna look at them and be like, just to calm down.
Give me a persuasion, or you can either do persuasion or intimidation, I guess.
I mean, I'm tiny.
Yeah, and you alone have taken out most of the crowd.
Nope.
Oh my god.
I have a -1 in persuasion and I haven't rolled above a 10. It's fine.
Okay. Yeah, like some of them, like 2 of them, like they're running out of people to hit to begin with. But one of them is like, "You calm down, you tiny brat," and he swings at you with a bottle. Ooh, 23
Yeah.
for 4 slashing damage.
How strong is this guy? Because improvised weapons are 1 plus strength.
Well, yeah, but they're empowered by their drunkenness.
Mm-hmm. Wouldn't that mean that they have disadvantage on their attacks then?
That's kind of included in it. This is an actual like
Okay.
swarm creature that
Okay.
has stats.
Oh, so at least now they're at half or less.
Yeah. Um yeah, so you have one of them kind of like has already lost interest and just kind of like slumps down beside the well and is like rethinking things, I guess, just staring up at the sky. But there's 2
Okay.
left that are
Okay.
attacking.
And has Cheddar not been... I know that he's not fighting, but...
Cheddar's kind of just like checking up on the ones that you've downed.
Okay. So, is it my turn to attack again?
Yes.
17
That hits.
for 8.
Okay.
And then 12
That hits.
for 6.
And you take down the last 2.
I'm gonna help making them more comfortable. Ow! You know, I didn't expect to be in a a bar fight that I wasn't actually drinking at.
Cheddar looks at you. You drink?
No, of course not.
I thought monks don't drink.
Oh no, that depends on the monk. Trust me, a couple that I know actually are more often than not drunk. It's
Interesting.
really scary to try and fight them. You don't want to.
Well, you've knocked out most of them, but that other monk he's a different type of kind of monk, is he?
He's more of a priest or
I
a
guess
cleric.
so.
I'm just gonna rub my arm again, where one of the bottles actually probably scratched it pretty badly.
So most of the people are unconscious.
Yeah.
There's one person who's the baker that came out of the bakery is kind of like staring at the mayhem that has happened. And she comes up to you and she's got a black eye because she was in the brawl as well. And goes, I'm so sorry that I don't know what happened.
Did you guys already get the what was it? The Drought of the Saint? Drought of Saint Isaac?
Oh yes, we'd taken the drought. The druid Gwyn delivered, but I had just a swallow, and then I realized my last batch of sweet rolls were burning, and I went to pull them out. But I was overcome with a horrendous anger. This never happened before. I wondered if something was off with Gwyn. He's been off lately. I think this confirms it. Gwyn lives in the house away in the southern edge of town. I think he went that way after giving us this. I can only imagine what else is happening elsewhere in the village. Oh my.
Yeah, it's been crazy.
Well, I do have some sweet rolls. I can give you some in apology for this.
Thanks. And then I'm gonna spend a couple minutes just kind of making the people who I knocked out a little bit more comfortable on the ground.
You do that as you're looking around and you pass by the other monk that's like leaning against the place, and he's just looking at the book that he had in his hands. And he's just, it's ruined. It's ruined. I've ruined it. Holy scripture of Saint Brigitte. A year of my life to find it, and it's ruined.
I mean, maybe you can get it rebound at least. I'm just gonna put a hand on his shoulder.
You look at the book and yeah, it's one of those like illuminated books with all the like gold leaf and
Oh
pictures
no.
and
Oh no. It's probably beyond repair.
it's badly damaged. Some of the pages have fluttered loose and are like in the on the ground around, and he's just staring at all at the like the binding of the book is completely broken. Um, he's like, I don't. What am I going to do? This was going to be my life's work. Do you
Well,
have anything to help fix this?
I don't at the moment, but once I figure out what's going on with the druid, I can see what I can do.
I suppose
Because
that's also important.
gather up the pages that you can, try and get as much of it together as you can, and we'll figure it out later.
Cheddar goes to grab one with his teeth, and Cal's like, ah, and he picks them up instead.
Yep. Yep. And then I'm just gonna start limping hurriedly toward where the druid was supposed to be going. I have 5 health. This is not my best day.
Cheddar looks at you and goes, maybe we should take a short rest. Maybe have some of those like sweet rolls before we go see where Gwen's up to.
I guess, but if we wait too much longer, then another thing like this could have happened.
Well, I mean, we've already dealt with all the areas of the town. Surely he's already given everyone a drink.
All right. And then I'm gonna continue to help people get a little bit more comfortable and eat a sweet roll, and then maybe spend some fucking hit dice.
Some
Because
hit
listen,
dice, you mean?
I said that.
Mm,
Oh, some yeah, some
mhm.
that, some that. All right, so
So you eat some sweet rolls. They're very delicious, though slightly burnt. Some of them.
it's fine. I probably seek out the burnt ones. Hey, they're still good.
It's true.
Just adds a little bit extra flavor to them, and I'm gonna slather a little bit of honey on them,
Okay.
make them extra sweet, and then I'll spend some hit dice. Ugh. 14. Well, that's better, I guess. And at least I have my key back.
Just
That's the biggest thing.
check if these guys get oh long rest. Well, Cheddar and Cal haven't been hit, so they're at full hit points.
Gee, great for them.
Does mage armor stack with your kind of?
No,
No,
it does not.
you have
That
to
does not.
pick.
It's just dexterity plus, and it's the same at this point, so it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't mind another word or two. As I'm starting to stiffly walk towards where Gwen's house is.
I'm just checking again what Cal is the most useless sorcerer in the world. I mean, wizard in the world.
I was gonna say, does he not even have any spells from his spell book? Like the
No,
ones that
well, I
he's
mean,
prepared?
he's a created character, so I mean, and
Oh,
he's a divination caster, so like he can locate objects. It's not going to help you right now. He can see invisibility. That's not going to help you right now.
nope.
Um, yeah, he's not the brightest of the bunch. All right, you need another heal. Do you want a
It would help.
first level or
How many of each?
he's running out of spells? I've got two first level spells, one third second level spell, two third levels, and one fourth. So he's saving that one for polymorph again.
Yeah, I was gonna say, just give me a second level and we'll be good.
Okay. There you
Cool.
go.
I'm almost up to max. That's nice.
All right.
All
So
right.
if he needs to cast enlarge reduce, he can do that up with a 3rd level spell slot.
But I think I would rather he use
But
polymorph instead of
polymorph
enlarge
seems to,
reduce.
yeah, polymorph seem to work better.
So we're gonna head to where
As
Gwyn
you're
was.
starting to head towards Gwyn's, the monk kind of approaches and goes, "Hi, my name's
Hi,
Cygnus Starborn.
nice to meet you. I'm Aodhan O'Connor.
Do you need help figuring things out?"
I mean, it seems like the problem here has to do. Everybody who was affected by whatever that was had taken the drought of St. Isaac. I don't know if this means that the druid, that Gwyn, is the source of this, or if it means that he just had a bad batch of the drought. I wouldn't mind what we can get, what help we can get, but this is even more crazy than at the Grove.
Okay. Well, I suppose I could go with you and help.
All right, and I mean, just however you can. Aww. I'm gonna lead the way toward Gwyn's house. This poor guy.
He's got his book inside a satchel, waiting for repairs.
Mm-hmm. All right, so let's head towards Gwyn's.
Hey, would you kindly? I should ask Zia to feed him.
I thought that's what you did on break.
No, because it was so early. But he's getting hard to handle. Alrighty. Okay, so you head towards the druid's home.
Mm-hmm.
And as you approach the cottage from around the corner, you see someone heading towards you. He's like wrapped in heavy greenery, kind of like an amalgamation of man and plant life. And he draws a scimitar and angrily goes, "You'll not take my beloveds! They're my family and they'll bring happiness to the world!"
Yeah, I guess we're in combat again. Does he sound drunken or otherwise impaired?
No, he seems angry.
Does he also look anything like any of the plants that we fought before?
Yeah,
Or is this
kind of.
the druid?
This is the druid.
Oh. Well, here we go. And you know what? I'm going to actually use the scimitar.
And that's what he looks
That's the druid? Huh.
like. Yep.
Okay.
What? Does he not look like a druid to you?
No, I mean, not really. Give me 1 second. I've got... Okay, so this was a scimitar +1. So he doesn't sound like he's been affected. He just sounds very, very out of
Angry.
sorts. Okay. All right. Well, I guess I'll take out the scimitar and be like, well, I guess it's a bit of time for practice. And then since he doesn't look like he can be reasoned with.
Yeah,
Right?
it looks like you're gonna have to,
Fight him.
pound some sense into him.
Okay. Then I will. Where are we on the map? Oh, there we are. Okay. So just initiative, I guess.
Yes.
And once again, I use better initiative.
Yeah, the only thing you can roll well on.
Not true.
Why? Oh.
Did the API crash? Or did you just not roll?
I unselected everyone. Alright, turns out you're going first.
Great. Okay, well, I guess I'm just gonna run up to him. And screw it, I'm not starting off with the scimitar. Even if it means that I don't get the +1, I'm not starting off with it. 17 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
For 8 damage. And then, since I've got ki back, I'm going to spend a ki point and do Flurry of Blows. For a 10 and a 16.
16 hits.
For another 7.
Okay. You see the, like, mantle of green absorbing the hits and taking the damage instead of Gwyn.
That's fine. I've never seen him like that before, have I?
No. The greenery is new.
So I'm going to try focusing on that anyway.
Okay. And it is his turn. So the scimitar he has is made of fire.
Oh. Fire?
Actually, let's not use that. Why does it say scimitar then? He has a quarterstaff, not a scimitar. Shillelagh in action? No, it isn't. Alright, he's gonna cast Shillelagh. And then hit you with his quarterstaff.
Okay. Did he nat 1?
No, I nat 20'd. Hold up. I know what's happening.
What?
Cal is gonna use his divination thing.
Finally!
And be useful for once. And make him re-roll that. Oh my god.
What?
So instead of a 20, I rolled a 19. At least
I'd rather not the crit.
At least it's not a crit. Oh my god.
I'd rather not the crit.
So Shillelagh uses spellcasting instead of strength.
It uses wisdom, yeah.
So this is improperly programmed for Shillelagh. Or more like there's no Shillelagh version. So that's gonna be 6, 7, 8 damage.
That's fine. I can deal with that.
Okay, it's better than a nat. Alright. Sir Cheddar does not like how angry this guy is.
Huh. Didn't I also send Rose to this town?
You did.
Shit.
He's gonna try and calm down this person with a charm person. Maybe he can stop the fight. Probably not, because this is a druid.
And it's a wisdom saving throw.
And it's a wisdom saving throw. But you know, it never hurts.
Did you crit?
I rolled a 9.
Oh no. So
Hold up,
that's
I have to double check
advantage.
something.
Advantage, Karu, because we're fighting it. We're
That
fighting it.
is true. And he has advantage on it anyways.
Oh.
Oh god. I don't think I'm gonna roll that poorly. Oh my god. I rolled a 10. He fails. So Cheddar's DC is 16.
Well,
So, that was unexpected. I honestly expected him to not fail. Okay, well, that's interesting. Cal is currently charmed, and he's like, oh,
not
what?
Cal.
Not
Gwyn.
Cal, Gwyn. Gwyn kind of looks at Sir Cheddar and goes, oh, hello, friend. What was I doing? What's going? And Cheddar's like, why don't you just sit down for a bit? And he's like, yeah, that's a good idea.
Here, have a sweet roll. So, are we
It's
still in combat?
I mean, for now, it's 1 hour, and it's not concentration. Amazing. He's charmed by Sir Cheddar for an hour. Great. Well, yeah, combat's over for now. Did not expect
Gwyn,
this.
what's going on, Gwyn? What's with the change? He gestured. I'm gonna gesture to him. I've never seen you like this before.
I, what change? I'm just, I, it, I'm just following the orders of the spirit of the woods. The spirit was testing me with the with that disease that took my wife and my child, and now they're alive again. They're alive again. And see my wife, and he kind of pets the like plant that's like kind of on him. And my daughter, she's behind here, and he leads you toward like behind the house to where you see like a small bush of a fruit bush that wasn't there last time you visited. See, there she is, and he points to the bush and goes, "That's my daughter. We're together again."
What what disease were you being tested with?
It well, it didn't really affect me, but my wife and my daughter fell asleep and wouldn't wake up, and they wasted away, and they were dying. But it was just a test, and now they're fine. See, now they've ascended into plant, uh, and I am sharing the bounties of their fruit with the rest of the village, and everyone will be uh alive again.
So, that disease, it came from polluted well water. Somebody actually planted it in the water.
No. It was a test from the from the genius loci of the nearby forest.
The what?
The genius loci. Should have looked that up.
Karu, do I know what he's talking about?
No. I mean, you recognize the use of the word as like spirit of the forest. It's like, but you don't
That's
know of any spirit of any forest here.
there there was never a spirit of the forest here.
But
No, we actually just came from the well. We found the thing that was polluting it.
I don't understand.
I'm going to reach into where I have the pot. This was in the lake that was in our well water.
You kind of get the idea that he's like, while he's like talking to you and everything, he's kind of like out of it. And at one point, Cygnus kind of approaches and casts a spell on him to try to get rid of like any poison that might be afflicting him
Poison or disease?
or disease. And it doesn't work.
Maybe remove curse? Is this...
Cygnus kind of shrugs. I don't have remove curse, unfortunately, but if my lesser restoration didn't work, then I'm afraid I cannot do anything to help him.
What do we do? He's clearly affected.
As you're all talking there, a older woman comes up to the group. What's going on here?
It seems that Druid Gwyn's wife and daughter were affected by a sleeping sickness. They
Yeah.
were wasting
Yes, I know they've been sick for a while. I was
they were
coming to
wasting
see them.
away and dying, and I don't know if he seems confused, but he
Hmm.
thinks it was a test from the spirits of the forest, and he said that he revived them.
There's
And I'm gonna gesture to the plants.
there's no spirit of the forest.
I know, I tried to tell him that.
She turns to Gwyn. Gwyn, where's your wife? Where's your daughter? Right here. And he points again at the plants and everything. She's like, that's not. And she goes into the cottage.
They probably died. I'm not saying that as a character, but
What are you doing as a character?
as a character, I'd like to go in the cottage as well.
um,
Do I recognize the older woman?
she is. Well, actually, she introduces herself. You've probably seen her around, though probably not actively spoken to her. She's called Trinity Arya, and as she's looking through things, she goes, I was Gwyn's druid master.
Oh.
I was Gwyn and Ethor were my two apprentices. I used to be studying the druid's path, but I ended up becoming an herbalist and a sage of the woods. I didn't really like the druid path myself. Gwyn was my student, yes, along with Ethor.
Who's Ethor?
Another of my students that I haven't seen him for many years.
Do you know if he went into the forests?
I don't know. I haven't seen him.
We found a cottage a ways away from here. It was actually near an entrance to the well. Well, near an entrance to the underground reservoir that was providing for the well.
Hmm.
And the plants that Gwyn has, they remind me of ones that we found there.
Interesting.
We also found the grove is also affected by the sleeping sickness. Everybody except two of the people there are currently unconscious. And I had gone down the well to investigate. I met Sir Cheddar and Cal there. We found what had been dumped in the lake or in the
As you're
reservoir water.
saying this, she leads you. She's basically looking around the house and goes
Mhm.
into one of the rooms, and you see, yeah, in two beds, two bodies, and they've clearly been dead for a while. She kind
Mhm.
of closes the door, turns back. So you found something poisoning the well water. Do you have it with you?
I do. I also found another thing along the way, and I'm not sure, it might have been used to make something like this, but I just picked it up because because I didn't want to leave it there. And then I'm gonna pull out the pot. This is the thing that we found in the lake. It was affecting a giant toad and her tadpoles as well, though. It was turning them to stone.
I'm not sure if I can help much, but Gwyn probably has a journal somewhere in here. We may be able to find out more information. I would suggest maybe looking for my master and bringing these things to him. I know that my master, Deng, he's a druid of the forest, very wise. He is a cantankerous old coot, but as long as you're polite and pass his trials, he will be willing to help you. And once you send word, he can help heal Gwyn. In the meantime, I will stay behind and make sure he doesn't get into more mischief and keep him under control.
Yeah, the whole town was affected by, I'm guessing, the fruits harvested from those plants. People were going mad. One lady set fire to a house. There was a brawl not far from the merchant square.
If you gave him something to drink, and you say not everyone is affected entirely, I suppose they should be fine if they don't keep drinking the fruit.
The baker only had a swallow of it, and she was fine after. And the people that we dragged out of the burning building also seemed to be all right. Confused, but all right.
All right. Can I leave the task of going to Master Deng?
To us?
Yes.
Yes, we need to stop back by the grove to tell the two people who are tending to all the citizens there of this. But yeah, we'll take care of it.
Cygnus, who's been listening, goes, I will come along with you. If there are people who need help in the grove, then maybe I can be of assistance.
Thank you.
So you take Cheddar, Cal, and Cygnus back to the grove, leaving Gwyn in Trinity's care. She probably has to tie him up or do something before Cheddar's charm person wears off. But you head back to the grove to where I think you actually meet Rose on the road.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh,
yeah,
you have made a lot of friends."
Yeah, and come back with even more problems. Come on, I'll tell you along the way.
And you all return to the grove. And that's where we're going to end our session.
Oh my gosh. Was that the end of that chapter as well?
Yes.
We got 2 of them in one night, so am I level 4?
You are level 4 now. I was honestly expecting that battle to be a bit more difficult. I did not expect a druid to fail
a wisdom save.
2 wisdom saves. He had advantage and everything. He had a +6 to his wisdom save. And advantage, and he still failed. I was like, yep, shot in the dark, here it goes. It's probably gonna fail, but apparently this puppy is lucky.
The most adorable and friendly puppy in the world.
Who can say no to Sir Cheddar?
I can't.
Alright, well, thanks for watching, guys, and hopefully, you, come see us next Thursday will be the next Harper's Tale session. And on Friday tomorrow we will have our normal madness campaign. Good night.
Good night.